Okay, so we are continuing our Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea campaign. This is session 8 of a 3-session game. So the crew last time went off into the Warlord's Palace after first posing as merchants to try to figure out if this Beastman tale was true. What they discovered was that there were raids on caravans, but it seems like it was probably some of these rebellious slaves, which they followed back to the Warlord's Palace. And unfortunately, there was some pretty devastating combat, but everybody made it back, more or less, limping and beat, late Saturday night. And it is now Sunday, the day of worship, and we are at Saturn's Cup. No, Saturn's Luck. You guys killed me with the name. You're at Saturn's Luck. And I guess we'll do the people that are here first, and then we also have a new person. So let's see. How is, so Crystal, tell us about your character and what they're thinking and what you're, oh, actually, you're not at Saturn's. You don't have to be anyways, because you guys had rented a room. I should remember that. But I'm sorry. Go ahead, Crystal.
My character is probably finally getting back up to health after resting for a few days, and is currently thinking, you know what? I should not get into combat. I should just stay back and cast spells. And that is Eutropia Pontus.
Eutropia, all right, the Atlantean magician, okay. And Panesta, Nikki.
Panesta, the bard, after facing down a swarm of hungry giant rats while being no bigger than 6 inches tall, is just really, really happy to be back at the boarding house alive. She is feeling very guilty that Tan is in the situation he is in. And after hearing the conversation with the snake men, overhearing that conversation, she is more convinced than ever that Aramis is a snake man. So that is Panesta the bard nursing her guilt and her suspicions.
Excellent. How does Uhtred feel this morning, Kenneth?
Uhtred, after taking a day to rest, he got bored hanging out in the room, and so he went and found some of the city guard where they were practicing, their military maneuvers, and asked to just to practice with them, So that's what he's been doing. He's just been honing up his fighting skills.
Excellent. It's always a good thing to do as a fighter. So you guys had met or re-met at the Saturn's Luck, one of your former friends from the caravan, who Rush is playing. So Rush, tell us about your character a little bit. You're probably still staying at Saturn's Luck, unless they like you a lot.
Oh, so I am at the Saturn's Luck?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I don't know if they would. If you can convince us with such a good character intro, then maybe they'll let you stay with them at the boarding house.
Oh, yeah. So, Ultan is comes from the caravan, and he's a young, strapping lad. He's tall, 6'2". He's about 190 pounds. He's definitely a healthy boy, and he's one look at his dress and his demeanor. He's obviously a Celt and a gregarious one at that. He's easy to talk, easy to speak, or quick to speak, I should say, and he seems to be, one who loves tales and fireside chats and stuff like that. But while displaying during the caravan ride with a little bit of skill with his the hammer of war, it was obvious that Ultan was actually a healer of his people, coming from the city of Gal City, and he wears around his neck a medallion. It looks like a moose head around his neck, a silvered moose head, which some may or may not recognize as the symbol of Yunde, which is his god. And he just, he's been stuck here. He's been waiting for the caravan to move on, and of course, there seems to be no sign of the caravan driver, the caravan owner. So he's kind of started making his way around, and he's noticed that some of the other people in the caravan have been out and about and making a ruckus and a name for themselves. So he decides to see if perhaps they could use the services of a young man with the ability to call upon the gods to provide healing, and that is Ultan Macross.
Excellent, excellent. That sounds pretty reasonable. They probably definitely could use healing. Speaking of healing, let's go to Tan, Tony's character.
We flash back a couple days before when Tan had visited the librarians again. He returns later after the group left. He returns back to the library and he goes, did you make copies of those documents for me? Yes, thank you. And he pays them a coin for making copies of some documents and parchments that he had. And he returns back to the group. Now we go back to the present in what would be known maybe as the early morning hours when the rest of the group are still maybe sleeping or resting. You see Tan dress himself. He hastily folds up his sleeve on the left arm and pins it above the elbow where the rest of his arm is missing. He doesn't linger too much on that. You see him reach in his backpack and he takes out what you would presume to be these copies of these documents. And then you see him take out a handwritten letter. As he lays it there, he sneaks out the door, goes down the street. You see him go into the little shady tavern where they met the beautiful cloaked woman at. He sees her there. He walks over and he says, we went and tried to find information as you've requested, and as you can tell, he just briefly puts his arm out, what's left of his arm. We did not have very good luck. I do not believe there was much information there for us to return to you. But I have something else to say. You must have a bold spirit, because you only have one chance in this life to go and do something exciting. I'm leaving. I'm going on an adventure of a lifetime. I have a map. I have papers that will take me to the other side of the world. You look like one of those that has a bold spirit. Will you go with me? As he says that to the mayor's wife.
Yeah, so she looks and she says, I have a commitment to the people here, so I could not leave. But if things do not change soon, I may have to. Perhaps I could meet you in the future.
Tan pulls out the ring that she gave them as a kind of payment, and he lays the ring up on the bar, and he goes, may the raven be with you then. As he turns around and leaves and heads to the dock, never to be seen again.
All right. Yeah, she takes the ring and looks around, shakes her head sadly, and walks back to the palace, or the mansion, I should say.
And Pinesta, when you get up the next morning, you will find this letter waiting for you. I'm going to put it in the chat. It'll be a PDF file. And that is the letter you find for the group.
All right, let me look at it. Yeah.
And you also find copies of the map and the parchments and stuff, those documents that we found leading to that place over close to Lanop. You find copies of all that.
I'm reading the letter.
I'm muted. Yeah, so you all wake up to find Tan missing. I guess over at the Saturn's Luck where Old Tan is staying. A new figure enters town. I hope.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, yes, I do.
You see a very large, imposing, blonde-headed woman that stands 5'11" and weighs about 150, being of Khmeri Celt. She's sitting there with her short spear and her shield. She probably notices the man known as Alton, maybe for his handsome face and features. She moves over to him and she goes, "Weren't you on the merchant caravan too?" Altan? You're muted, Rush.
He's the quiet type.
She says, "Well, be stuck up then."
Sorry. My mouse wouldn't work. I couldn't move it. I'm sitting here going, get over to the button, get over to the button, and I can't get the mouse over to the button. I'm like, that's why I was like, Jesus Christ. So he looks at her and he's like, why, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I was.
Have you ever received your payment? The caravan owner seems to have disappeared, and I've been trying to pick up extra work along through the town, and I'm about low of coin.
No, I didn't. I was actually, I was waiting for my payment, of course, but I was actually hoping to continue on with the man and continue to travel and see. And it did not happen. No one knows where the man is, which is why I came down here. I was, same as you, looking to, I have to make a living somehow. And, I've helped a few people out here and there with, I'm a healer by trade, and I've helped some people with some of their maladies and things of the such. But, that buys a meal here and a cup there. But no, that's about it. So.
Well, may I sit at your table with you then, because I do not know many people here.
But of course you may. Of course you may sit. How dare I refuse a fine woman as yourself? Come sit.
You see the tall, muscled up woman sit down, and she says, "Well, thank you. That is Brighild, the imposing, the warlock."
Excellent. So yeah, so you guys are reacquainting yourselves, and over some morning pomegranate wine,
Yes.
and possibly maybe the rest of the party. You still hang out there, even though you have an apartment now. It's like friends, even though you have an apartment, you still go to the coffee shop. So I assume the rest of the crew kind of shows up there at some point and sees. So it is actually a Sunday, unless you want to jump forward. Did you guys want to rest? I guess I should ask you that. A couple of things. Did you want to rest a couple of days before we start? It doesn't really matter, I guess. You can decide that in person, I guess. But I know that Crystal's character is probably hurt, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was at like negative something, so.
Yeah, we need
Yes,
to
you need
rest.
multiple days. Yeah, so we'll say during the course. I mean, you guys can do a little role play, or whatever, like introducing. But then we'll just kind of cut forward a few days before you go back out there, I would imagine. There was also talk last time of hiring henchmen, so if you're interested in that, we can talk about that as well. But you guys enter into the Saturn's Luck, and you see the two familiar faces.
I'd like to hire Brunhild the Warlock as my apprentice.
Good luck.
I mean,
You can, but you have to arm wrestle her for it.
Yeah.
Well, Tony, you could ask for an equal share of the treasure, plus Crystal's character can pay you several gold pieces a day.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, yeah, so you guys kind of assemble. And again, you know each other at least somewhat from the caravan. Now it's been weeks, so you probably all been somewhat involved in different projects or whatever. But you're kind of coming together. I guess to save the world, maybe. I'm not really sure. so yeah. Do you want to? Yeah. So you're all together now. I mean, however you want to handle that. It's fine with me.
I would assume that as they walk in, particularly Uhtred and Eutropia, Eutropia would be very easy to spot and remember from the caravan. Uhtred would be easy to spot and remember.
Oh, it's because I have blue skin, huh?
Well, yeah. As a matter of fact, you're a fish. So, and then Uhtred would be easy to spot, because he's a large lad, and of course Pinestra the Bard probably sang quite a bit during the caravan's journey. So,
Though I look really different.
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
You look
You look totally different. Okay, that's right. So yeah, I would definitely recognize two of the three, and I just kind of cock my head at the other. But I would, as I see them come in and I would recognize them, I would just kind of wave my hands and tell them, I'd say, come and sit with Brigald and myself. I recognize you from the caravan. Have you guys had any luck finding the caravan owner, or getting your payment, or finding work, or anything?
Rush, your volume got real low, Rush.
How about now?
Much better.
Sorry, I'm still getting used to this headset Michelle gave me. I apologize.
You got to drink left-handed.
Yep.
Nesta would say, well, I don't know if you could say we've had luck, but we have had adventure and we have had information. So Dominus is most likely dead. We don't know for sure. I haven't seen a body, but he's probably dead. I don't know if you remember Tan.
It's tall gent, yes.
He suffered a grievous injury and has left us. We lost.
He was the one that always had the attitude, wasn't he?
He was a very pious gentleman, although I did see him on pomegranate wine once, and that was pretty funny. But yes, he was very, very stoic, I suppose, strict.
Mm.
We lost Bali and Zulia. They're also dead.
Oh, I remember Zulia. I remember them both, and he kind of points over at Penny. He says, you seem familiar, but I don't really remember. Your voice is familiar.
Oh, sorry, I forgot that I look different. I'm Pinesta, Penraltose, the Bard.
Of course, his jaw kind of drops, and he's like, he kind of does like, he kind of does like this, and he's like, the red hair, and you had so much of it. Where did it go?
Well, I had a few mishaps and had to cut it off and dye it twice.
Oh, that is a tragedy. It's a shame I can't heal that part, but
You see Brighild as she stands up, and I'm sure she towers over you, Pinesta, at 5'11", and she says, well, if you do not remember me, I am Brighild the Imposing, but you may call me Brig, or you may call me Brighild. You speak of, have y'all found anything to make any coin? I think myself and this one here, we are getting low on coin. We need jobs.
Well, do you think you're up to traveling with us? Obviously, listening to Pinesta's tale, it can be quite dangerous.
Well, I motioned to Brighild. I said, though slightly taller than my my beautiful table mate here, I'm not quite as imposing, but um, I am handy with a warhammer, and I am a healer of my people, and that seems to be where I make up for my lack of sword arm. Um, I haven't had much practice, but there's only one way to change that, isn't there?
Oh, stick with us. You'll get some practice. I can almost guarantee it.
Well, that is the way of the world, is it not? I'd hope to travel and just see, but if I must learn how to if I must prove myself in the sands of the desert, then so be it.
Well, actually, Brighild, you are imposing. My little 5'2" body. Uhtred's had some luck in the arena. I bet you could earn some coin if you joined him in some fights. They'd probably love you down there.
Yes, I would love to join shields with her in glorious battle.
She takes that in what you say, and she hears Red, pronounce that. And she goes, well, sometimes it is best to use force and things, and I have other options of things I can do. And you see at that point the tip of her spear starts kind of turning almost an icy blue, as she specializes in the art of cryomancer. And she says, well, whatever we would need to do, I'm not much on fighting in barbaric terms, but if there's ever things we can go and do, maybe myself and this one here can join you then.
There certainly are other things, but they're very, very dangerous. We've lost 3 people, I guess if you count Tan, trying to find the true source of some of the evil here. Oh, sorry. You remember Valkyria? She left us to pursue other occupations.
She was the one who dabbled in the magics herself, I believe.
Yes. Tan always had an issue with her. Remember?
Well, I'm sure it went back to his training, though. He's, as you say, he was very stoic, pious.
Well, we know
I
that.
also do magic.
Yeah, Eutropia's a really she's a fine magician. She helped us in our last adventure by putting a bunch of men to sleep. Otherwise, I think it would have gone even worse than it did.
So, Daniel, by the way, during those days when I would have rested, I would have cast Sorcerer's Armor on myself, so it's back at 10.
Yeah, you could do it this morning because you haven't actually rested yet. I just dropped you in on Sunday, so we're trying to figure
Okay.
out. Because actually, depending on, just mechanically, you can actually, if you are negative hit points and a magician or a sorcerer, I should say, heals you, that actually can bring you to 0, which is good. Actually, it'll increase the rate of the healing. So I don't know if you want to do that or not, but that is an option. So because otherwise, you got to rest 1 day in bed per negative hit point before you start getting your regular hit points back. So.
Well, I guess you can put them to sleep, and I will put the ice cold spear tip through them after that.
Yes, indeed. Though I cannot put anyone to sleep right now because, I had to use other spells this morning. But after another night's rest, I'll be able to put things to sleep again.
Well, I hope there's no one here in the Saturns that would need to be put to sleep anyway.
No, people look pretty sleepy, actually.
So, Vikings, a Celt, and an Atlantean. Surely the people of the desert are not ready for this, or for us.
Well, you'd think that, but that hasn't been my experience. I mean, losing several of our party, we need to be careful.
Were they
I'm
Vikings
feeling-
or Celts?
No, no.
Well, I
Well,
stand by my words.
Wally was a Viking.
I stand
Do
by my
not-
word.
Do not forget, handsome one, it is I share the Khmeri Celt.
Well, I'm just common. I managed to do okay, but um,
She just called me handsome.
Yes, but
Brickheel looks over at you and she goes, "No, I was speaking to this one."
Oh, sorry.
I still think you're handsome, Uhtred.
Blushes.
yes. Penn is a common, but she comes off as a Viking, so I think everybody probably thinks she's probably Viking. So she's
Yeah,
just
but-
a short Viking.
yes. Well, she was trying to be a skald, so you're right about that. But
So,
Do you think that people realize that I'm an Atlantean?
I'm sorry?
If you look like your picture, yes.
That might be slightly exaggerated as to what an Atlantean looks like. But yeah, it's pretty obvious to most people who have seen an Atlantean what an Atlantean looks like. Or either that or you just look very sick.
I've heard stories.
Yeah. The other thing, which I just totally forgot what I was going to say. Oh, carry on. I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, I was gonna
And-
say I would tell. I don't know if we're going to role play the whole thing out, but I would tell
Yeah.
Brighild and Ultan about the Snake Men and about what I've overheard. That they need more recruits to replace the ones that were lost for their mission. They have some sort of duty they are carrying out here, and that they often disguise themselves as human to take over governments and infiltrate from within. That was a rumor that I heard at the Temple of Rel when I went there to throw in some coins for Zulia. So
Snake men, evil to the core.
oh yeah, right down to their small clothes.
This yes. So
She acts like she hates them, but she slept with ones.
Oh my god, shut up.
You did
I'd like to
what?
smack Uhtred.
Ultan pretends he didn't hear that, and he's like, so, so are you? Have you chosen to act upon these rumors, or what? You know,
Oh, we've had several. We've killed a couple of snake men. We've had several dealings with them. There is an abandoned, well, a ruined warlord's palace that looks like it was abandoned, but is now inhabited with all sorts of renegade slaves. We found snake men there. We have found dwarves. They're nasty. And rats. There's rats there too. But every time we go there, we seem to have really bad luck. So, a warning. Maybe you two will be what changes our luck, and I'll be able to memorialize you. I mean, honor you both in song.
Well, the one who is from the Atlantean race, she does not look too well right now. She appears that she needs to rest some.
She does. She bravely fought with us, and unfortunately was gravely wounded as well.
And this is the day that
Wow.
they worship their deities here, and maybe it would be a day we all should rest and do our own service to whoever we serve and begin anew the next day.
Wise words, Brighild. And Ultan, remind me to ask you about your moose pendant. More folklore for me.
oh, of course, we will speak. I enjoy I enjoy having talks with people about religion in matters of lore.
All right.
I remember what I was going to say. Can everybody write their character's name, their class, and their armor class in the chat so I can get a new screenshot of everybody's name? And then, yeah, we can just shoot forward a couple of days for people. How negative were you, Crystal?
I was like -2 or something. 3. I kind of already have put my hit points back up because we had already talked about heading out. And I don't remember what I rolled, but I remember we talked about it.
Okay, well, that's fine. We'll say -3. Okay, so if you want to do that, then basically you've got Sunday to rest, Earth Day, Sea Day, and then on Moon Day, you could roll your hit die. Actually, if you spend the entire day in rest, like doing nothing else, which pretty much what you're supposed to do for the days, I just read, I didn't realize this, you actually get the full amount back. So you don't have to roll, you get the actual full hit die. But you got to spend the entire day in bed. So you could actually be full back, because you're at first level still, right? So you could basically be back to full strength by a star day, which is 4 days from now. If you are the most hurt, because I think that you are. Because I don't think anybody else would, because Zutra didn't go negative, right? Tan's not here anymore. And Penesta, did you get hurt at all?
I didn't. Remember, I mesmerized the rats with the flute.
Yeah, you resurrected, right? Yeah, so, yeah. All right, so you spend the next 4 days healing up in town and doing anything that you want to do. But also, just as a matter of fact, just because of the dates and stuff, if you remember, Aramis had said that there was another caravan coming that he was going to tell you about. You've got like maybe about a week before that caravan comes if you're planning on taking it and leaving, which he kind of wanted you to do. But, of course, you can do what you want, clearly. And did you want to try to hire any muscle? That would be the other thing. We can, and then you can move forward. Basically, the way that would work is if you want to hire a henchman, I made a bunch of henchmen. Well, they're not henchmen, actually. They're hirelings. There's a difference. So they get paid by the month. And they will basically come in and adventure with you. They're basically just hired hands. They will, if you get in trouble, they're going to roll. Mechanically, they'll roll morale. They might run. But if you want to hire some muscle, you can do that. They basically, I'll give you some. Well, if you want to look, I'll tell you who's there and how much they cost. That's the best way to do it. If anybody wants that. If not, you don't have to.
I can't afford it.
Money.
Yeah, they're not super expensive. They're like, I think the most expensive is like maybe 10 gold pieces.
Yeah, that's all I have.
Yeah. Not super
After
expensive.
training, that's all I have.
Yeah, well, that's fine. Okay. So you go and train, and actually you can take those 4 days off your 3 weeks. So, keep note of that. Anytime where there's rest, where you don't have to rest, you can be training. You don't have to do it all at once. So yeah. And I'll call 3 weeks, 15 days, take the weekends off, right? So you have 11 days of training left.
Nice.
All right, cool. So it is now Star Day. It's a very nice Star Day, actually. The weather is cool, It's not too humid, like it never is here. But it's, it's in the 60s, low 60s today, and partly cloudy. Off towards the sea, but when you look out, of course, in the desert, there's like hardly a cloud in the sky. And what do you guys want to do? If you want, I can give you some recap of things that were going on, just in case you don't remember everything. There was obviously the main Warlord Palace, where you guys have gone multiple times and more or less returned. There was I guess if you care about it, there might not be nothing there, but there was that underground area that you found that was near the slave camp that you escaped through, but you didn't really explore. But you'll need, spelunking gear if you want to go down there. You're going to need torches and stuff. And there was also that mausoleum that was out in the desert, and also that oasis, if you care to check that out. Those are things that you've seen that you have not explored, besides anything else you might just want to do.
Hey, Daniel, I just sent you a message for Brighild also.
Okay. Oh, yeah, sure. We can do that. Yeah, I guess I'll give one to Rush, too. We'll give you guys a rumor. let's see. What have you guys heard in your travels around the city away from the rest of the group? If anybody else wants a rumor, they can like spend some gold to like buy people drinks, but the new people automatically get one. Okay, so Tony, roll a d12.
That is a 8.
8. Okay. That's you. And Ultan, go ahead and roll me a d12.
I got an 11.
11. There you go. This is what you guys have heard in your, your time away from the rest of them.
I have to look a word up now.
See, that's how D&D used to be.
Yeah,
And we didn't have the internet.
I know.
We look up in the damn dictionary. Like X time in many lore.
Well,
All right.
I would go back and
You go.
gather at the Saturn's Luck. I mean, that's what I would do.
Oh, you're going to talk to people and stuff and spend a little gold? Spend a gold piece.
Like, yeah, I'll spend a gold piece.
Matt, roll a d12.
Oh. 1.
Ooh. Interesting. Right. Anything else? Where would the group like to go? Oh, and also you have a treasure map. I mean, clearly Tan went in that direction already. And actually, you didn't tell anybody what the, not that you have to, what the letter said. The Tan left you if you want to tell the party. Or did you? Somehow I missed it.
I haven't told them yet.
Yeah, okay, I didn't think so. I'm like, hold on, but I like doing something. And I didn't think
I didn't know if they all might
I
have
didn't
read
think
it.
so. I was like, okay, that's fine. Yeah, you don't have to say anything. But yeah, people watching the movie know that that's where Tan went. But
Right.
you guys know that.
She feels really bad about Tan leaving, so she's not quite sharing that yet.
Okay.
Well, Uhtred's thinking to himself, we've passed this mausoleum a few times. Maybe we should check that out. So he would share that, suggest that to the group. Maybe we could check that out. Kind of break in the new members a little.
Well, if you've had nothing but bad luck at this warlord's place, maybe it is time to visit somewhere new.
I definitely agree with maybe avoiding the Warlord's Palace for a little while.
We could check that out. Maybe if we have time, check out the Oasis, some of the side stuff a little bit.
Oh, maybe Eutropia she'd like the Oasis, maybe. Water.
She could check for treasure at the bottom.
Yeah, fish.
Oh, yes. If it's, I don't do as well in fresh water. Salt water is more natural to me. But yes, I can still swim in water. Fresh water.
And probably better swimming than the rest of us, but we don't want her to be in an environment where she's not,
Well, that's what these are for. And she'll extend her hand so you can see her wet fingers.
Oh. So it's not the same as if you take a saltwater fish and put him in fresh water.
We Atlanteans can swim in both salt and fresh, but
Okay.
we need fresh. We need to be in fresh water from time to time for our skin's sake.
Ah.
Uhtred walks over to the barkeep and purchases a small little pouch of salt and walks over to Eutropia and says, and winks at her and hands her the salt and says, "Got you covered."
She smiles and nods and takes the salt and says, "Thank you, Trip."
Okay. Yeah, you can buy some salt. Salt is actually an item in the book, like any good game.
I mean,
Why
he's
are
not
you so far away from your home then? What brought you here?
I wish to rekindle the power that Atlanteans once held. My people are dying, and suppose I would like to leave one last mark on the world, if possible.
Probably much like me, she wished to travel and didn't expect to be stuck in the desert.
Well, we don't have to be stuck here. Tan, we have this treasure map, and I would show him the map. And Tan went after the treasure. It's halfway across the world, but we could probably find a way there. Or there is another caravan coming through, but Aramis wanted to take that, and he's a snake man, so I'm not going to do what he says. But we don't have to be stuck here if you are wanting to leave Xambaala.
Oh, I mean,
We could likely even take a ship out. I have background in fishing. Probably not all that surprising.
I will have to say that I am broke, so I am at the moment here only on your kindness. So at the moment, I do. I follow. If you invite me to join you, then I follow you where you go. Um, but it seems that if righting wrongs and evils is to be done, it seems there's plenty to do here. Or if treasure is the only motivation, then you know perhaps
I
that was
agree about.
Tan's.
Well,
No,
we
I
need
agree
a
that I. Go
Go ahead, Brighild.
myself and Oltan. We need a. I know he probably does not depend on coin as much as some of us do to pay our services. He is sent to a deity more, but I say we stay local and try to find the almost handsome one here as she looks towards Uhtred. I think he has the perfect ideal of going to check this mausoleum. There could be things there that could help us put coin in our purses.
I agree. There could also be more disgusting snake men there that should meet a quick demise.
Yes, agreed. And if that doesn't work, we can always head up to the Thorium and see what's going on up there. We know a guy we can lease wagons from, so.
It's true.
The
Cool.
mausoleum, right?
Yeah, mausoleum. Cool. So that's basically, let me just do a quick, show you guys where you're going on the map.
Nothing like some undead.
So you're here in Xambaala, of course. This is like this is the main part of Xambaala over there. This is all the ruined stuff. About a half mile out or so is this mausoleum. So in the past, you guys have always kind of gone right through the middle of it to go wherever you were going. But yeah, you can go right to it if you want.
Hey, Daniel, while you have that map up, I was going to get, is that grotto that you told me about, is it on that map or not?
No, it's in the town. It's the thieves
The Rel Temple, right?
The Temple of Rel that the what do you got, I was gonna say the thief, but the assassin went to, Zulia went to.
Oh, okay, I got you now. I remember. Okay.
Yeah, it's hold on, I'll show you where it is. You would know where it is now by talking to people. I mean, you guys have been adventuring. So that's actually yeah. So this is the town, of course. That's number 3. So you guys have been. I don't think. Well, obviously your new character hasn't been there, but I don't know if Tan's ever been there either. But Vanessa's been there several times, and
Yep.
Zulia also.
All
And
right.
you probably would have heard of where it is because it's once you're in town for a few days, even if you don't worship certain gods, you kind of the temples are everywhere, so you probably have an idea of where it is if you want to explore it. But if you mentioned it, Panesta's been there. So, but in any case, yeah, you don't need to get a wagon obviously to go where you're going. And
No, I know. I was just saying. if
yeah,
they
no,
wanted
no.
to-
So, I mean, like, of course, you might get a lot of loot. You might want that wagon. But yeah, so you travel up. Doesn't take very long. It's like
I'll haul back the dead bodies.
exactly.
You're such
I-
an optimist. Brochure.
I was about to say, I don't like the way
Optimist.
I don't approve of your way you're thinking there, lady.
All right. So yeah, so you head out to it's not that far. So you go through the ruined part of like old Xambaala, basically, which you've been through before, and you see the areas, the old city where there's lots of little where the slaves have kind of built up little housing and stuff. It's pretty deserted, because it's the middle of the day and everybody's working. So you see the occasional maybe some children and the occasional woman with them, like a mother or whatever. But for the most part, you walk through unnoticed and not hampered obviously by anybody. So as you get closer to it, you can see the mausoleum from a bit of a distance. It's relatively large. It's like maybe 50, 60 foot by about 40, 50 foot oval shaped wall. So it's like a loop surrounds the building proper, which is about 20 feet tall. Looks like it's made of some kind of stone and then plastered over. And you can even see from this distance, let's say you're like a few hundred yards away, you can see that there's some domes on the roof that probably were always filled with glass, although right now you only see glass in a couple of them. The rest of them are kind of like open to the sky because they've broken out. You see there was at one point like the plaster on the walls was painted probably very brightly because it's super faded now, but it seems to be, from a distance, it's hard to really say what's painted on it, but it looks like scenes like you've seen painted on plaster. If you get close, you can investigate it. Let's see. It does look like a lot of the roof itself looks like sagging. Like it's clear that like whoever is buried here or whatever, it's not like their family is maintaining it. It's a ruin. You do actually see from the direction you're coming. You actually can see like the entrance area that kind of goes into the main building is kind of filled with sand. Not so much you couldn't get through it, but it's the sand's like blown up into it a bit. So from a distance, that's basically all you got. If you get closer, we can give you more info.
Why don't you go check it out, Uhtred? No. We need to get closer.
Yeah, Uhtred would definitely walk up closer.
Yeah, you guys are gonna wait back while Richard walks up 100 yards, so you're gonna.
No, Brigio's going to move in behind Uhtred.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you guys approach. As you get closer, you can see there's actually so the if you imagine it's like an oval. The entranceway is kind of like you're coming from this direction. The entranceway is kind of like on this side over here. There's like it's a pretty low wall. You could jump the wall obviously as well. But if you went through it proper, the entrance to the actual building is also on that side. So they're both on the west side. So you're coming from the north. You just kind of you circle around a little bit. As you do, you can see that there's a fairly clear footprints that seem to lead in and out. You can see them even at like a 20 yard distance. So you can see footprints going in and out of the building and up through the wall and kind of wandering off into the desert towards the oasis, actually.
Well, it may not be well maintained, but somebody has been here recently.
Yeah, and now that you're that close to, you can see that Again, the walls look like they were painted very brightly and beautifully at one point. They have what looks to be now faded images of warlords fighting monsters, and there's these like very extravagant merchants, and there's like these like moldings coming from the top that look like scrolls coming down. It's all very elaborate. I mean, this place was probably when it was used was probably for sure the very rich were buried here, from what you can see.
The doors are open.
So when you circle around, what you're looking at is basically you're on like the west side of the building. It's not perfectly flat. It kind of like juts out a little bit on one side. You can actually see there's like what would be a hallway that's kind of filled with sand a bit, that's running into the building going west to east. But before you even get into that hallway, so you're technically still kind of outside in a sense, there's actually one entryway as well, another door. It looks like an iron door that's kind of rusted and just like hanging open. Otherwise, the path to kind of just walk in is just a hallway. It's open.
Which way?
Yes, I fear this is. I have no experience in matters of this, so.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to walk past that open door to get to the hallway. So you can try to like give it a wide berth if you want. Because basically it kind of comes down to how you want to do it. If you want to give that doorway a wide berth, you can, but it's pretty much on the way. If you want to explore the half open door, if you want to pass it, you can do that as well.
I would say we came here to explore it. We might as well just explore it, and I'll peek in the door.
Just a moment before you go up there. Hold on just a moment. And Brickheel's going to take the haft of her spear and like push it against the door to see if it will push open further. Like a good 5 feet back or whatever.
Oh, good idea.
Sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so it's basically you can tell when you get close to it, and maybe Panessa's got a little experience with this, being a bit of a rogue class. It looks like the door is probably broken open at one point, and the areas where whoever was manipulating the door, like working the hinges and stuff, have like bent in because the door is made of some kind of iron, and it's all kind of rusted in because where it got exposed. And also, you notice the doors themselves look like they were probably gilded at one point, because you can still see little like areas where that wasn't completely scraped off. So you see basically like gold on the door. But yeah, as you push it open, which you can, I mean, the sand, so it's kind of like to push it open. You're looking in. I mean, it's dark inside, but there's enough daylight kind of bouncing around. You're looking into a room that is like about 25 by about 30, so about 25 deep by about 30 wide. You're kind of coming in the center of it. It looks like it's been ransacked. Basically, you see some like sarcophagi, and they're tipped over and smashed, and you see other ones with just the lids thrown on the ground. You see that there were probably some kind of fixtures, like a statuary or possibly sconces or whatever on the walls that have been torn off. You can see the bare areas where they've been ripped from the stone. There's some sand just blown in here over time. But it doesn't look like it's like was done 1,000 years ago. Like the stone is not like worn out. It looks like it was probably done within the last 50 years or something. So it's not overly worn out inside.
It appears someone made it here before us, but you never know. They may have dropped something in here if it's still lying in the sand somewhere.
It appears that whoever was here before us has no respect for history and the knowledge that it can bring.
Yeah, you know what I do? Because I feel like being very mappy today. I'm in a mappy mood. I'm going to see if I can draw this for you as we go. Because I am just so nice. I'm the nicest person ever.
People say that about you.
They do. They say I'm one square. I want 2 square. I'm making a new map. All right, we're going to see if I can do this. I'm going to draw it this way. It's easier. Okay, that's this. Okay, let's see. I'm share. Share. Okay.
We have
So-
an auto mapper now.
Yeah, so I'm just going to draw the basic building. That way you guys have a. Yeah, I'm going to draw it in red because that's the pencil I have. So, like I said, it's like an oval. I mean, this wall is not perfect. It's like broken up. And the building itself, though, is shaped kind of like. And again, I'm not drawing it perfectly square. It's square. It's squared off, I should say. It kind of looks like this. And you've got that hallway that I mentioned, like going straight down back to it. You're basically here right now at this opening. There's like an open door right there. This goes actually all the way to the end. And what you see here is there's a door, a very solid door right here, solid looking door. There's another like rusted, broken open door here. There's a door here that looks like it's just open, like it's not broken. And then looking down further without walking down there, you won't be able to tell, but then you see some other doorways as like this and this. You can tell they're doorways, but you can't get a lot of detail from this distance. So, but you guys are right here currently. Does that make sense? I mean, the room that you looked in is right here.
Yep.
This room. Okay, that makes sense? We'll go back to it. I mean, I know it's a terrible one. I probably should put the grid on there, but it's okay.
It gets the point across, yeah.
Yeah, it gives you a visual. It gives me good visual.
Just because there's a lot of doors, so it's less confusing. So yeah, so you can, from where you're standing, without, I mean, obviously you can explore this room, but from where you're standing, you can see at least two more doors you have a good visual on. There's that locked one that's kind of up, on the opposite wall, basically, and then there's like another kind of open one just a little bit further down.
Yeah,
those you can see.
Brickia will go on into that room, even though it looks like it's been looted or ransacked, because she's thinking,
Okay, sure.
sometimes you may find something that somebody dropped or.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you start looking around the room. What's everybody else doing?
Well, I'm going to go with her
Okay.
and search around. I'm no thief, but
I
I'll
mean,
take
you're rating it too.
yeah. No, I mean, I'm not.
Let's be honest with ourselves.
You know what you know what I meant.
Yeah.
I can't find things that are hidden really, really well, but I can kick over dust.
Yeah. See, you start searching around. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just wondering if I was going in there with them. Yeah, I could.
Okay, so everybody's going in.
Utra's going to stay outside, just kind of keep an eye out.
Okay, good idea. How about Euphoria?
Utropia.
Eutropia. I just rename everybody.
Yes.
Call her fishy.
What's Eutropia do? She can go inside the room, or she gonna go with the?
She'll follow with the rest of the group, kind of staying back middle as best she can.
Okay, so like by the door.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, so you start searching around. I mean, you quickly find that, yeah, they seem like they were pretty thorough. I mean, you spend about 10, 15 minutes in here. But, I have my, what do you find on the dead body chart that I have to use. So let's pull that out. Let's see.
Random tables. Yay.
Yes, the random. So I feel like since this is a tomb, we're going to have to go with the, what's on their festering dead body table. Yeah. All right. So this one is weird. This is 2D30.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. So yeah, roll a 2D30 there.
I got those.
Yeah.
I got one of those. I think I have one of those.
Well, you could always roll it twice.
Does DC?
We could roll 3D20 or
Put them
60.
together or separate
Yeah,
results?
total. Yeah,
What's the lowest number?
2, and the highest one is 60.
I had a 2 and a 22, so 24 total.
24.
I don't
Lucky
think-
24.
Oh shit!
Oh.
There is a D30 in the DCC dice.
Oh,
Yep.
that's weird. Okay.
Fuck
So
yeah.
you find what looks like somebody discarded their water skin. It looks like it's actually, which many water skins are actually. It looks like it's a bladder from some kind of an animal. You might actually make a D6 roll.
A 2.
You think it's from a badger, so it's not huge. And it does seem to have, it's like tipped on the side, and you actually can see like a little water around, like it's leaking. And when you pick it up and you like look, there's water in it. I mean, it smells a little funky, but it's full, and it is a bladder of a badger.
Yeah, she'll just
and
dump
it's
the
warm.
water. She'll dump the water out. She's not even going to taste it. She'll just dump it out and take the bladder skin.
Yeah, so
So-
you dump it, and you're like, water's
Just
still
keeps
coming out.
pouring.
Yep.
Yeah, she looks
Slowly,
puzzled,
yes.
and she'll look puzzled, and look at the rest of them and go, maybe this has other properties I can study later. Then
Yeah, you would
she'll
guess that
cork
it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and the cork fits in properly, so it stops leaking. Okay. How about Ultron?
So it's a D30 twice, right?
Yep.
I got a 39.
Or it's a D61 -1.
Well, I actually have a D30 that I can roll twice.
Nice.
So.
Oh, you find a dagger, and it looks quite old. It has the pommel stone is it's just a piece of stone, but it's carved into kind of the rough shape of a skull.
Oh.
Yeah, skull dagger. Neat. And how about Vanessa?
I shrug. and
roll-
s-
I rolled 3d20. I rolled 22.
Okay. Oh, the same as Tony. So you
That's
guys, no,
nice.
you got a 24. No, I was gonna say you guys ready to fight. You find a candle. It's blue in color, like a deep blue. It's about half burnt down. It's like a taper candle, so it's like probably like a 12-inch candle, you would imagine, about 12 by 1, but it's burned about down to about 6 inches.
Okay.
Candle.
Candle. Got it.
Yeah.
Bladder badger.
I mean, in a place where there's only 15 minutes of darkness a day, candle is super useful. Actually, you have been in the dark, so a candle would be.
Yes.
Yeah, but otherwise, there's some bones. And actually, most of the bones that you find like crumble when you touch them. So you would gather from that this was looted a while back. Not like, within the last 10 years. Because the bones have deteriorated beyond by being exposed to the air.
Yet the
Okay.
water in your water skin seems fresh.
It
Interesting.
has a little bit of a smell to it, but it's probably drinkable. It's worse than some things I've had. Should you say a prayer as we leave this room?
Probably not a bad idea. So, as everybody exits the room, I give them a quick blessing from Yunde about returning to the earth. Blah blah blah.
Fair enough. Whatever. Yada yada yada. Right? Ashes to ashes. Not really.
Yeah.
I gotta-
Dominus Patre postmortemus caparundum.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, so you give a little blessing and you step out of the room. I mean, there's no way to properly close the door at this point. I mean, you could drag it back to where it was, but it's basically off the hinges and broken open.
Yeah.
Uhtred and see, now I won't be able to not. You've
Eutropia.
Eutropia. Oh, actually, that is right. I kept saying it's not Eutropia. Eutropia and Uhtred. You don't nothing. You don't see anybody approaching or anything. It's pretty clear as the party comes out with their finds.
I don't see anyone approaching. It's pretty clear.
We should continue further down then.
Yes, there are more doors to try.
Yes. I think
Uhtred will
everyone.
wander down to that first door on the left.
The one that's locked, the one that's closed, rather, or the one's open.
The one that's closed.
Yeah, okay. It's a. Let me just jot down the items that they got. So I realize that my brain will not remember this later, and then I'll be sitting there tomorrow going, "What was the?" There's that. 24.
We don't have any lock pickers anymore.
That's true. Yeah, because you can't do it as a bard, right?
No, it's not on my.
Old Ton looks at his hammer.
Yeah, I look at Uhtred. I'm like, I guess it'd be Uhtred and Brighill to be our door opener.
Yeah. I mean, anybody could try to do it, but you're going to have a really hard time. So, the chances of actually opening the lock is going to be pretty hard, like a 1 in 12 or something. So you, you go to the store. It's like the one that you just went through, except this one is solid, and not moved at all. Like it looks like it's not rusted. It's basically the finish is perfect, except you can see that the gold's been scraped off. I mean, you still see some gold on it. If you were to, take a scraper out and spend time, you could probably get some gold flakes, but there's not that much gold on there.
And it's locked.
Yeah, it is. You try it, the door is locked.
Can I try and shoulder the door open?
It's an iron door, so I would say it's going to be difficult. If you want to try to do it, you're certainly more than welcome to. But you're only going to have a 1 in 6 chance, even with your strength so great.
6. Well, I might as well try, right? Oh, I did roll a 1.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yes, you see this door and you know you got to give it your all, and you do. You smash your shoulder into the door, and it actually the handle part, that's like locked in, the deadbolt, whatever you want to call it, cracks. You actually hear the old, the iron is so old it just actually, and then the door can be pushed open. If you'd like to do that.
I would. Yeah, I would definitely.
Excellent.
Brighill looks over at Panesta and goes, "Why do they always use muscles first over brain?"
I don't know, but it is very true that they do. And Uhtred, he's great, but he's mostly muscle.
Well, sometimes it is for good things.
I probably jinxed myself, because that's probably the best roll I'll have all night.
So you look in. I mean, I'm assuming you push the door open.
Yep.
It's shaped. So basically, when you're looking, it's not that whole area. Clearly, there's like a kind of it goes up. It's like a hallway, and you can see that there's a bunch of. It's dark. It's dark, but there's there's skylights in here, as you had seen them broken. So you can see, in some of the blue glass is still there. So you got this like kind of dark areas of brightness and areas of this kind of blue light shining down, and you can see that this goes up a bit. And there's some sarcophagi on the left side, a little bit after the entrance, and you see some all the ways against what would be the north wall, so all the way straight ahead of you. And you see that the if you were to go up, you could like turn. So it's basically you imagine it's like an L shaped basically room, as far as you can tell.
You said the glass was blue?
Some of the stuff on the roof is, yeah, and you can see broken pieces sitting on the ground.
And these sarcophagi haven't been touched?
Okay, so they look untouched. Yes.
All right, I'd go to the first one and maybe push it open.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Because why not be a grave robber?
Yeah, I mean, that's what you're here for, right? All right, so you walk in and start searching. You push the first sarcophagi open. Let's see what's in that. So let's see. So other things in the room. So the northern wall, which is the one that's basically, you can kind of just see part of it from when you first came in. It looks like it has a huge mural on it, which is actually in pretty good shape, all things considered. It looks like there's a mural of like these green comets shooting through the sky. The sarcophagi themselves, you can see that these are like, they got like shapes, portraits, I guess, or like a better word, carved into them. And let's see. You should be able to just lift off the lid. You have like an 18 strength or something, right? I don't think it's going to be a problem.
Vanessa will stand back in case, she's seen poison gas pour out of things before.
Yeah.
So she's going to be like,
true.
Everybody step back a little bit.
Yes, you pull the first lid off, and and push it to the side, and you see a it's kind of semi-mummified corpse inside. It's kind of dried, so it doesn't even have that like really putrid, rotten scent. It's more like a moldy scent to it. It's wearing what would have probably been fine clothes. But it doesn't. Most of them look like they've deteriorated over time. What else? There doesn't seem to be anything really of value in here, though. It's not adorned with anything. It's basically just in clothes that have brought it away.
I'd push the top back on.
Okay. Okay, so as you're pushing the top back on, you guys hear a smashing sound from the north as stone hits the ground.
What is that?
That is the sound of stone hitting the ground.
Indeed it is.
It's probably nothing good.
Yeah, you don't see anything yet from where you're standing?
There are other sarcophagi in this room.
Oh, yeah, there's a ton of them. You're basically at a... Yeah, let me just draw this again. Now I'm going to become addicted to drawing on the thing with my travel. Next time I'll put an actual done on it. Just so it's clear where you are. So basically you're like... when it went up like this, it goes like this, basically. And you went up like about this far, and this is what the first one is, but you see them, they're all like... That's about what you can see. You can probably see one here too. You imagine it lines all the walls. So yeah, there's a bunch of them.
And which direction is north?
North is here. Yeah, and you heard the noise from over here. Somewhere over off to the east.
Oh, nice. So is it really dark in here?
It's dark, but you can see. It's gloomy, we'll say.
All right.
Panista will start backing up and just say, if we're going to want to use the door as a bottleneck, I don't trust that noise means anything good. We've had a little more experience than you, Ultan and Brighild.
Uhtred would walk up to that corner there and kind of look around the corner and see if you could see anything down that long hall.
You think that you see something move, but it seems like it went around the corner. Because actually it goes like... I'm not going to draw it, but it's basically like a U, essentially. So something was there, but it went around the other side of the U. And then you hear another smash. And right dead center in the room, where you can see clearly, 2 lids fall on the ground, smash, and 2 zombies stick their heads up. Go. And they start doing like a Michael Jackson thing. So yeah, they're coming out.
Yes.
So yeah, you got some zombie action going on. Go ahead and tell me what you guys want to do. I guess only Uhtred really sees that. The rest of you are kind of back a bit. Podesta being back at the door, more or less. I don't know nobody. I guess only Uhtred said he was going in, so I'm assuming everybody else is at the door, unless you say you're somewhere else at this moment.
I suppose that's true.
So are they between me and the door?
Oh no, they're further down the other way.
Further down the other way. All right.
Yeah.
I would back up and out the door, and inform my compatriots of what I saw.
Okay, yeah, they're moving slowly. They get out of their coffins, basically, their sarcophagi, and start moving towards you. Okay, everybody that's in the hallway, roll a d6.
The hallway, you mean like by the door?
Yeah, basically everybody but Uhtred.
Okay.
You're all waiting
2.
around there.
Got a 2.
Okay.
5.
2.
Everybody roll what?
D6.
3.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys are you can actually hear these things, even though which is probably like, oh, zombie or whatever. You guys can mostly hear them coming, dragging their feet as it would be. And actually, 10, 15 seconds go by and you hear another slam, like more of the coffins are opening.
Brighild will yell out, "We should leave. We should leave this room and try to shut the door. It sounds like there will be too many of them coming."
Let's shut it.
But we got them bottlenecked right here. You could take them one at a time.
My spells will not work against these undead.
We're going to fight them. It would be better though to go back to the doorway, entrance door, and get them there. Would it not?
So you hear another smash as you're kind of discussing this.
There's going to be too many.
All right. So I'll go to the pull door first.
Well, yeah, you start to pull back. I mean, you can close the door, but you broke the lock, so it's not good. Then you guys start to pull back, and you turn and you notice that coming from down the other end of the corridor, there's two of these undead creatures have started to move their way down the corridor.
Quick
They're
question.
going. Yeah.
Did I push the door in or did I pull it out when I opened it?
No, you pushed it in because you wouldn't be able to pull it out. That would be.
Right, so
Yep.
zombies would have to actually be able to pull the door open.
Yeah.
Okay.
They wouldn't be able to do that. Let me just quickly do this. I can kind of show you guys. I'm in a very battle map mood today. So it goes like this. You don't see that clearly. Apparently this door was open, or they knew how to open it anyways, and they are now like down here. They've like circled around. You guys are all standing here going, "What are we gonna do?" So they're actually pretty slow, but they are moving towards you. Only two of them, though, is all you see.
I want to
So-
set my spear, my short spear, so for them when they get there on melee for its weapon class 3, I think.
Okay, yeah, they don't have any kind of weapon. So you would definitely have a longer weapon than them. You'll be able to go first. If you wait there. What's everybody else doing?
Melee.
How about Eutropia, Neutrid? And
Eutropia is gonna just stay towards the back. She has.
okay, so you're gonna
had
move
enough
towards.
combat.
All right, so you're gonna move towards the outside then, basically.
Yeah.
Because what would have been the back before is probably the front. So you you move the other way.
I'm
all right,
gonna be behind the party. And
yeah, no, I understand. Yeah. So you move away. Yeah. So I understand what back means. I was just commenting that it's funny because you have to basically run around the party. How about Utan?
How close is the closest one?
They are at this point. Let me just recheck their speed again. So they've been moving 2 rounds. They can move here. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You guys are here. They are about 35, 40 feet away. About 40 feet away.
All right. I'm gonna stay just behind Uhtred.
Okay.
And I'm gonna attempt to, if I can find the effing rules for it. I'm gonna try to turn one of them or turn them. Turn
okay. Okay, so you're gonna turn on dead.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I mean, you'll be able to. Basically, they're moving slow, and if Uhtred and Brighild want to wait till they get to them, basically forming a line, then you'll be able to turn this round because they won't be able to even come in for a melee attack this round at all. What was Panessa doing again?
She was kind of by the door, so she would see the two coming down the hallway. So she would ready her bow.
Okay, yeah, so you'll be able to shoot an arrow as well. I mean, they're not going to get to you physically this round at all because they're too slow. Because they don't really charge their zombies. They're just moving. I'm gonna say. I mean, I guess they could charge, but I'm gonna. So missile will go before magic. So go ahead and make a bow shot.
Okay. Let me wait. Well, I already said bow. Never mind. Okay. Try something else next time. Yeah, nope, that's a 1.
That's a 1. All right. Well, that's no good. I even though you're shooting through the party, I'll say you guys are all moving around so that you don't shoot anybody in the back. This round. Next round, that might be another thing. Turn undead's on 253 is the chart, anyways.
Yeah, I'm reading it.
Yeah.
So I basically
He's-
have to stand abreast. I have to stand abreast or
Yeah.
in front of Uhtred. So I'll be standing abreast of Uhtred. I'm not getting
You
in
gotta
front of him.
Up front like a
That's right. Like a
yeah.
man.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's only room for 2 people wide, so I guess the spear can be in the second row. So Uhtred and you will be on the front row, and if that's okay, Brighild, and you'll stand slightly back with the spear.
Yeah. We'll switch as soon as I'm done.
Well, that's true too. Yeah, they're not going to get here this round. So go ahead and make a turn.
Okay. So I have to present my figure of authority
Mm-hmm.
and speak the words of my deity, which is Yunde Malach Nam Marb, which is Yunde Curse the Dead in Scottish Gaelic. And now I have to reference the turning ability, so I don't know what undead type they are.
They are type 2, I think.
Fuck.
2, yeah.
All right. And I don't know if it affects just one or if it affects all of them.
Oh, you want to find out? Huh?
Doesn't really say. Just says I think it's all of them within 30 feet.
Um,
So if there's 2 together, I might be able to get them both.
uh, 2d6 undead are compelled.
Ah, okay. Well, first we have to see if I even make it.
Yep. D12, you got to
I gotta get a 4 or less.
4 or below.
And I got a 5, so it didn't work.
Yeah, they seem to not be affected at this moment by your bold,
Yes.
brash showing of the holy symbol.
Yep.
Um,
I'm still holding the holy symbol, convinced that it's going to work
yeah. Well. Yeah.
for the moment.
Yeah. Exactly. That's fine. All right. Now they're moving up. So I'm assuming. Well, the long weapons are gonna get to go first. I mean, they don't have any weapons. What weapon do you use, Uhtred?
I have a war.
Oh,
Sorry.
you said Uhtred?
Yeah.
Bastard sword.
You're not using a weapon at all right now, Rush. You have a holy symbol in your hand.
You're right. That's why I shut up.
Bastard sword is sword bastard. What's the weapon? The weapon class.
2.
2.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So that's 2 more. That's 2 greater than them. So you'll get to go first, anyways. As they approach you guys in combat. So did anybody want to? I'm assuming. Well, I shouldn't make any assumptions. You guys are going to attack melee as they approach. You're trying to still turn, I guess. What about the Eutropia and Penesta? What are you guys planning on doing this round?
If they're going to be on me, I would drop my bow and pull my sword.
I mean, they won't be on you. They're going to be on the front row. It's only a 10-foot wide corridor, so and you have 3 big people blocking it. So.
Then I will keep my bow and shoot through the party.
Actually, no. Roll a d6.
Oh, you calling me fat?
Me roll a
Actually,
d6?
yeah, roll a d6 for your listen. What's your listen's a 3 and 6? No, it's a d12 for the listen, right? What's the listen?
My discern noise is 5 of 12.
Okay, so you actually hear as you're getting an arrow ready, you actually hear that they're starting to mess with that other door. So they might actually be coming up next to you. / behind you.
Oh, then yeah, then I would want
Behind
my
you.
sword.
Okay, so you can pull your sword.
Okay.
What about Euphoria? Eutropia?
Oh, are they coming up behind us as
Well,
well?
I won't be behind you because you moved.
Okay. Sling.
Okay, so you're going to sling over the party into the
Yes.
end. Okay, that seems reasonable. Why not? All right, so let's roll initiative. I guess the first person that's going to actually get to go is the Brighild, so I'll have you roll initiative because you have the longest
All right.
weapon. Well, actually, it doesn't matter.
6.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that. I just did the whole weapon thing to determine that you go first no matter what. So that was a wasted 6. Sorry. All right, so you go first.
Yeah, she's just going to spear one when one of them gets close enough.
Yeah.
Hot dog, that's a good roll. That's going to the armor class 1 for all 6, number 6.
Nice. Okay,
Oh,
good.
wait, I'm sorry to be 8 because I got +2 to damage. That's my mastered weapon and all that. Plus,
Oh, hell yeah.
so yeah, so 8 damage.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, it stabs into him. I mean, you stick the weapon into the creature, very powerfully, and it goes right through it. Like, I mean, in pieces of rotted flesh fall off. And Uhtred.
All right, I will swing. Armor class. Target AC is 3.
Hits.
That's going to be 7 damage.
7. Okay. Yeah, you chop down at yours, and he's his arm falls off. Your troll is still trying to turn, but it doesn't seem to be effective, unfortunately. Sadly, it is not effective. And you are standing in the front row. So you're about to get bit, or they're going to try to bite you anyways. Ultan, it was nice knowing you. No, just kidding. Let's see. No, pummel or bite. So they might try to bite you. 3 and 6. Okay, so let's see. Does he try to bite Ultra? Yes, he does. He's going to try to bite you. Ultan.
Right.
But he rolls a 1. And he's incredibly, he goes to bite you, but you realize he doesn't have any teeth. He's basically, his teeth fall out. He actually had dentures, and he opens and they fall out.
He's gumming you.
Yeah. And then the one that just took the arm off tries to slam you, but misses terribly. You can hear, Panesta, the door being, they're trying to get through the door. They're a little, I mean, their zombies are not the smartest thing in the world. They're kind of like hitting it, and it's kind of opening up and hitting it, but it's not, like the way a dog does opens a door. Like they know that they can open it by hitting it enough, but they don't know how to open it. So they don't get through this round, but they're trying to get through the door. You can sling if you want, Eutropa, but just keep in mind that if you roll 1, 2, or 3, you hit somebody in the back of the head.
Astrid remembers an old friend of hers named Astrid that was able to hit anything with a bow. And, if Astrid could do it, then, Eutropa could too. And so she attempts to sling 13.
15 hits, probably. I mean, what armor class is that?
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
I mean, I'm assuming
part.
they're zombies.
I have a fighting
If
class
you're
of
fighting
0.
a build 1, that'd hit armor class 4.
It's 0. My attack goes like 20. Armor 7. It's armor class 7.
Okay, that hits.
Oh, yeah, nice. Okay.
You actually hit the one that the arm fell off of. Go ahead and do some damage.
Okay. And that's a D4 damage. I was not expecting to actually hit it. Okay. Yeah, D4. 2 damage.
Okay, yeah, you whack the thing in the, it kind of staggers back, and it's like, and the door is still trying to be pulled over on the other side. As this round ends, they're still standing, both of them, and it sounds like there's a whole bunch. You can hear more shattering of stone, and you see 2 more come out at the far end of the corridor on the other end too. So you're currently fighting 2 in front of you who are pretty beat up, actually. Further down, 2 more are coming out, and kind of to your side, you can hear that door jangling. There's more trying to come from there.
Do we all hear the door, or just people like right next to it?
I'm sure you hear it. You know, you're pretty much right next to it as well. You're just slightly in front of it because you guys didn't really move. You just kind of sat there. It's kind of between you and actually, if Panessa had backed up, they would have come up behind you, which so it's probably good that Panessa stayed there. I mean, maybe not for Panessa, we'll find out, but it was good in general. So what's everybody want to do? How about Eutropia? What's your plan?
I will sling again.
Okay. How about Brighill?
She's going to spin that spear around twice and get her 2 attacks this round.
Nice. Okay. And Ultron?
So is Brickhild making her strikes from behind me?
Yep.
So with her spear, she has no problem doing that?
That's right. Spear can attack for the second round.
She is a badass now. Come on.
Well, no, the reason I'm asking, I didn't realize that you and I had the same. I had a shield, and I didn't know if you had a shield or not, but I guess you do.
Yep, I do.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to continue to sort of stay behind my shield beside Uhtred and sort of act as a shield wall type.
Wall.
You know? Yeah. He's thinking that he's protecting Brighild while she does her spear strikes. He doesn't, he has no idea anything about armor class. So he's figuring, oh, she's got a spear. She can strike from back there. I'll protect her. And
Yeah, you could actually use that parry and block on advanced combat rush if that's what you're doing for your shield. That would
could. Can I still strike with my Warhammer if I do that?
No, you'd have to do everything. You'd have to just deflect blows.
What do y'all think is best? Should I bap them or should I just parry and block? I'm only level 1. Should probably parry and block, you think?
Yeah.
Parry and block is going to have a better chance of you not dying.
Yeah, let's parry and block. Yes. Yes. I will be the shield, and you two shall be the hammer.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
All right.
give you a +2 to your AC, and if you got a strength modifier also.
+2 and your strength.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I meant to say a +2, but it's adjusted by the defender's strength modifier.
Oh.
That's what I was trying to say.
Oh.
That's cool.
Oh,
yeah.
right. Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Regardless.
Yeah, they're not super strong.
Yeah.
Good,
I'm parrying and blocking.
Guard, turn, parry, dodge, spin.
Thrust.
How about Vanessa? What's Vanessa's plan?
I saw Brighild's spear go right through this thing, and I saw Uhtred cut its arm off, and they're still coming, right?
That's right.
So I'm just going to sheathe my sword, and I'm going to get my torch out, and I'm going to try to set them on fire when they come for me.
What's
We'll just
worse?
have flaming zombies.
Well, I was supposed to say, what's worse than zombies? Flaming zombies.
All right, yeah. So you sheathe your sword or drop it or whatever, and you drop your pack on the ground and start digging through, getting a torch. Or if it was a video game, you just press the button and the torch appears in your hand.
Yes.
However you want to imagine it. So yeah, you do that. You can fall back a bit and try to get the torch. And that's everybody. Oh, Uhtred, you're attacking melee, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for try and take its head off.
Oh, okay, fancy.
Do it.
All right. So again, they actually automatically lose initiative. I realized. So you guys I'm just going in order of weapon length. So how I'm kind of doing it. So
Brighild.
Brighild goes.
Yeah,
first.
she's going to spin that spear around. Alton probably hears it twice, so she spins that spear around at the one she hit before. And one will hit for 5 points of damage. The other one will miss.
Okay. Yeah. You dig into it and you hit the side of its thigh, and it knocks a bunch of flesh off on the ground. But it's still standing. Okay. Uhtred.
So the first hit is AC. Shoot, what was it? 19. 20 or -3.
That is.
And then my second hit. Oh, that's probably not gonna hit. That's a 5, so that's gonna miss probably.
Okay.
So I did 7 damage again.
All right, awesome. Yeah, you come down on that same side without the arm now to kind of deflect the sword. You deep into its ribs and stuff, and it kind of like and falls sideways. And the
8 damage.
the head is still good.
8 damage.
Oh, well, that makes all the difference.
Well,
No, I mean, you never know, right? Yeah, it falls on the ground. It's still like, for like another like 10 seconds, it's like moving, like struggling, but it then starts to slow down. The ones that are at the other end of the corridor are now 30 feet closer to you than they were before, which means they're about 30 feet away at this point. The ones trying to get the door open, they managed to pop the door. So the door opens up, and you see there's actually a bunch of these things kind of trying to work their way over right next to you, Panessa.
Yeah.
Oh. But you see that there's at least 4 there.
Okay.
But you're lighting the torch. I mean, unless you want to leave your shit there. But yeah, assuming you're doing what you're doing, that's what you're doing. All right, next round. What's everybody's plan? Eutropa. Oh no, I'm sorry, you didn't get a sling. Go ahead, do your sling.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And nat 20. Nice. She's a natural.
Very good.
Isn't that like some kind of double damage or something?
Yeah, you're gonna roll a d6. Actually, no, you don't have to worry about that. Roll a d6. It's fine.
Okay.
Why not?
4.
4, and you're a magician. So 4 is +2 damage. Okay, so roll your damage. Then actually, you don't have to roll your damage because a 20 against these creatures is considered a headshot, and automatic does max damage, which is 4. Right? Do you have a strength bonus?
I did not. I don't
Okay.
think so. Let me make
So 6 points of damage.
Sure.
Use it.
No, I don't.
Well,
Nice.
that'd be enough. Yeah, so you sling past. Whoosh, this is a sling bullet. Hits this thing in the head, and its head actually splits open, and it falls to the ground next to the other one. And they're both kind of.
Eutropia's eyes kind of go wide. She's like, "Oh, I think I picked the wrong profession."
We'll see, right? It's much better when you don't run up there. So what do you guys want to do this next round? Eutropia, you just successfully killed one of the zombies. There's 2 more that are about 30 foot in front of the party coming towards. There's also kind of much closer to you and behind half the party, but right next to Panesta is a door that's now open with more zombies. You can't sling them, of course. At least not currently, because they haven't come out yet.
I shall wait behind the party. Eutropia says,
Okay.
"Go get them, guys. I believe in you."
All right, nice. Brickhild.
She is going to look at Altan and she's going to say, "Move over just a little bit, handsome." And I'm going to use spear charge, and I'm going to take off with my spear and use the spear charge in advanced combat at the one that's coming in front of us.
All right, nice. But Oltan, what are you doing?
So the door that popped open,
Yep, it's behind you.
it's behind. Okay, but did it pop open into the hallway or did they pull it open?
They pulled it open.
Fuck. So I can't like throw myself against the door and push it shut.
No,
Damn it.
you're a dog owner. You know what I mean? When dogs hit the door enough times that it pops open, that's what they did.
Gotcha. So, all right. And just because I'm trying to keep track of everything, there's a lot of dudes here. So how many are in front of me and Uhtred?
There are 2 that are 30 feet in front of you, and an unknown quantity that are by the door, about maybe less than 10 feet behind you, with Nesta standing there.
Okay, so there's only 2 in front.
That's right.
Okay, so as soon as Brighild says, "Move over, handsome," I'm gonna spin with my warhammer and immediately move to where the other the ones are.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I'm not gonna grab it. I'm gonna spin. I'm going to pull my thing of holy water and immediately throw it at the ones that are in the doorway, try and bust it open. I don't have any idea if it's going to do any good or not.
Yeah, that's good. You can do that. That'll just because you're going to have to pull it out. It'll happen on phase 2, but that's okay. You can do that. And Panesta, next to the...
Yeah, no, I'm not going to stand there. So I've got my torch lit now. I'm going to throw the torch at the zombies and try and book it towards Uhtred and Brighild.
Oh, so you're going to run this way towards the rest of the party, except for you've already... Okay, good. I like that.
I mean,
don't split the party up.
Magic user by herself. It was going so well for you. All right, yes, you run that. That's fine. And Uhtred, what's your plan?
I would turn and face the ones that are coming out the door.
Okay, perfect.
I would laugh, seeing Bridget run forward and say, "I like her."
Nice.
Vanessa's wishing she'd gone with
you can
Tan at this
actually,
point.
yeah, you can actually make the distance in the first phase. So I'll let you go first because you're charging. It's pretty good.
Yep, and if I get a nat 17 to 20 on my attack roll, it will do double damage, and if not, it still hits. I get add extra +2 to damage, so we'll see.
Jesus, I need to get a spear.
Let's see, that might not hit. Let me look. Armor class 5.
That hits.
Whew. It will do, let's see, 1, 3, 5 damage then.
Okay. Yeah, you charge forward and you jam the spear, and it actually takes a big chunk out of the center of it, but it doesn't seem like phased so much by it. And of course, now you're now next to two of them.
Yeah, next round you'll see them eating her. So.
Yeah. So in the just because you're throwing, so actually, let's go by dex. That's how you're supposed to do it. So what's your dex, Oltan?
My dex is 12.
And what's Pernessa's dex?
17.
Way higher.
All right, so you're gonna go first, and so you're throwing the torch at the
Yep, I'm gonna try and catch the zombies on fire.
the unlit torch. You haven't lit it yet.
Oh,
You pulled it out last round. I mean, you had to take a backpack off and everything else. You wouldn't be able to light that fast.
I guess I'll have to light it then in this round.
Okay, well, you can move back and then light it. You don't have to
That
stand
is-
there and light.
That's what I'll do. Move back and light it. Yep.
Forward and light it. Yeah, so you can run forward to the rest of the party and then light it. You don't have to stand where you are to do that. It'll just happen in the second phase, which means that Oltan will go first.
Yeah. It also means that I won't throw water on your freshly lit zombie.
That's also true.
So, all right,
Yeah.
so I'm going to throw holy water all over these guys.
Yeah.
I don't know if it does anything. The idea just popped in my head, but I took
No.
the fast pack that they had for clerics, and it says I have holy oil or water.
Yeah, that seems legit.
If I'd known there was going to be flying torches, I'd have taken the oil.
Indeed. For a special damage.
Yeah,
I'm
I should
guessing.
have just sorted them probably, but oh well.
No, it's all right.
No, there's nothing wrong with the torch.
It's better this way. It's chaos.
Our first use of holy water. So I have no idea.
If only
You
I
know
had that 1400 hit damage thing.
what
Yeah, because that seems necessary right now.
When all you have is an atomic bomb, everything looks like, a target.
It's true. Missiles. Here we go. Flask hurling. Flaming oil as weapon, stable as sword sorcery, or the blah, 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 or holy water. Okay, so in order to throw it at these guys, they are medium. So you need to make basically you need an 11.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, 11 to hit them.
All right. I got a 13.
All right, you can add your dex, which whatever. Range, grenade, that's fine.
I have dex
Know what
bonus.
the range reckon. Further reference, blah blah. Holy oil, water. A vial of holy water oil can be hurled as a grenade against undead or demonic, as much like flaming oil. Causes 1d8 hit points per round for 2 rounds. So do a d8 damage.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
That's actually pretty good.
Yep.
All right. 5.
All right, 5 points damage. It starts sizzling, hissing. Its head spins around. It's well, actually, we're PG-13 on this channel, so I won't do my.
So it
my
only
exorcist,
so it only gets one of them.
let's see. Okay, yeah, because you hit him. If the target is missed, then you can get splash damage. I guess.
Damn. All right.
Well, the splash damage is only a 1d4 for 1 round, so it's actually better to hit them.
I'm grasping at straws here, man. I'm grasping at straws.
And, it's a little thing of holy water. It's not like you're carrying a whole.
I thought it was like a big,
I mean, I don't know how much it is. It says it's a file, so I'm assuming it's like a
a gallon jug.
not at first level. All right, cool. Yeah, you hit him with the You hit him with the holy water. Vanessa runs back to you got like your backpack, your torch, you're flint and steel. You're like trying to hit it. Your stuff's on the ground. Like stems. Yeah, you're a mess.
Yep.
And Uhtred. Actually, they haven't come out yet, so there's not much you can do unless you want to move forward.
Uhtred turned, surprised initially because the door opened and they were there. But seeing that my compatriot seemed to have this in hand at the moment, can I change my mind and head down the hallway after Brickhill?
Yeah, you can move down. You'll just you'll go in the second phase. Yeah, you can actually even charge if you want because you didn't. If you want to charge, or you can just move. That's up to you.
Sure, I'll charge. I don't know how that works.
It doesn't really do anything. It just means you'll be able to attack and move in this case.
Okay, yeah, I'll
For
charge.
you, because you don't have a chargeable weapon, as far as I know. Only certain weapons have a charging bonus. Unless I'm wrong about that one.
I'll just run down there and go attack in the second phase. That's fine.
Yeah, go for it.
So second phase then now, or?
Yeah, it's second phase now. I mean, they can't. They go. They're going to go at the end.
So -1 AC.
Oh yeah, that hits.
That's a hit, laddie.
And that's going to be 8 damage.
Nice. Oh wow, yeah. Yeah, you chop this thing, it takes a big chunk off its shoulder, and it's like barely standing as like its body is on the ground. Yeah, technically they would have went first, so they actually are going to get to attack before the second phase, I should say. So they're going to get to attack Brickhill first. Let's see.
I'm over class 6 right now because I lost. I had a -1 for doing what I did.
Ah, okay.
So this
He doesn't try to bite. He just tries to slam you. He rolled a 12. 12 hits AC. Oh, 6 exactly. Okay, so you get slammed by the one zombie. The pummel does D8. For 5 points.
Oh, man, okay.
So you jam into this thing, and it just like it hits you. The other one is going to try to bite, but misses. So yeah, you then as it's like reaching over to come and bite you, Uhtred comes down and hits it and steps back. And yeah, so we're into the next round. So currently we've got Uhtred and Brickhill down at the a little bit further down the corridor than the rest of the party, fighting off 2 of the zombies. There are several coming through the door. One of which is kind of smoking from the holy water. So what's everybody want to do? They actually move at the end of that round. So they'd 2 come out into the corridor. So basically, if you imagine it like this, you've got 2 that have just come out. Well, I'll do it this way. So 2 have just come out over here, and then there was 2 down here that they ran to, and most of the party's in the center. And then of course our magic user is on the outside of the whole thing, separated from the party. So what's everybody want to do? Utropa.
Fine.
Okay, you're some of those ones. How about Brickhill?
Yeah, Brickhill is not looking too well at all, but she shakes it off and she looks over Will. Uhtred has run up there and she goes, we need to finish him now. And she's going to attack with her spear, her 2 attacks with her spear on again 1.
Okay.
The one that slammed her.
Yeah, and how about Ulton?
So Brickhill is looking fairly hurt.
Yes, she got slammed pretty hard last round. She's about 30 feet down the corridor.
So Ulton is how far can I? I didn't write down my movement.
What kind of armor are you wearing?
Studded.
It should be 40.
Okay. So I start to reach for my warhammer, and then I'm like, damn. So I'm going to turn, and Ulton's thing in his head is that we need to get one group down before we go to the other. So he's going to turn and quickly make his way over to where those 2 are fighting.
Okay.
And he's going to try to cast a spell.
Okay. So you'll be able to move down there. The spell will actually go off in phase 2, though.
Okay.
So you can move now, but it'll go off in phase 2. Penesta, you now have a lit torch, and you're standing by yourself.
Right. I'm still gonna throw it at them and
Nice.
back away from the 4. I know Eutropia's over there, but
No, that's fun.
I can
And finally, Uhtred, you've got.
I would I would look at Brighild, sorry, and say, "Get behind me!" And I would melee.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to go by weapon length. So go ahead, Brighild, you go first.
Yeah, she's going to spin that spear a couple times. Hey, both of them are good rolls. They both will hit. 4 damage and 7, so 9. 7 and 4, so 11 total with the 2 attacks.
Oh, nice. Okay. Okay. You take 2 like big chunks out of it, but like you're like poking holes in it, but it still seems like it's standing strong. Not super strong, but still standing. It's not dead. Well, it's dead, but you know what I mean. Uhtred.
I get 2 swings this round as well, so I will swing. So that's going to be 14. So AC 4 and a 3, so that one missed. So at least I hit once.
Yeah.
For 6 damage.
All right, yeah. So you cut down. Your sword swipes through the one that you were fighting, and it collapses. And you actually see. It doesn't happen yet because it actually happens in phase 2. But you just see, just for the drama here, just as you're running up to cast your spell, through the door, one more walks through.
God damn it.
Yeah. Over back at Penesta. Go ahead and throw the torch, I guess.
I guess, yeah. I
I-
lit it. I might as well throw it.
Yeah. Don't back out now.
There's a whole
Oh,
lot going
no.
on.
We do a lot of shit to get the thing lit.
It's armor class 2.
Oh shit! She hit him.
That's it.
Yeah.
But now I just lit him on fire.
Yes. Maybe he would light the others on fire.
So you just threw the torch at him and you hit him with it. So do a D4 damage.
A D4? Okay.
Yeah.
I do have one. Alrighty. 3.
Okay. It burns. It does not light on fire, unfortunately.
Ah shit.
No.
Should have brought the holy.
It's actually not any kind of rule for that, but I was going to do the Lamentations rules where if you did max damage, then they light on fire automatically. You can roll a D8 though for your holy water on the other.
Oh yes. 4.
Okay. That one is like barely, like it's mostly gone. It's barely standing there. However, barely standing there is still standing there.
Yeah.
But
the water.
Go ahead and throw your stone there, your tropa.
That fizzles the water out, though, right?
Yeah, that's the end of it.
Okay, just make sure.
Armor class 8.
That hits.
Nice.
2 points of damage.
Okay, let me see which one it hit. Okay, that actually hits the holy water one. So like it's like fizzing, and then a stone hits it, and it collapses in front of you.
Yes.
Nice.
Leaving just one standing currently. You see 2 more that are coming out the door, but they're not going to come out this round. Like they're still working their way out.
Yes. That's perfect.
So that one that you threw the torch at, let's see who it actually goes after, because it's kind of coming out and the melee's going on. So where's it going? Let's see. It's going towards Penesta. All right, so it's making an attack at you.
Okay.
It misses terribly. Down to the other end, the one that Brighild is fighting is going to try to bite or go after you. We'll see if it bites or whatever.
Yeah, I'll be back to armor class 5 then.
Okay, good. It does try to bite. It rolled an 18. 18 hits.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that
gonna
hits.
hit.
Yeah, so that's a D3 damage because as it bites you.
One shot.
All right, lost that D6. So I'll roll a D12.
I'll get it later.
I'll just roll a D12. All right, so all right, 2 points.
That'd put me at
No,
negative
no,
1.
No, that doesn't make sense. 1 point.
1 point, that'd put me at 0 exactly then.
Oh, okay. All right, so you drop. Also, also your strength drops by 3 points.
Oh, jeez.
Jeez.
You're not at 0, right?
On HP or?
No, strength.
Oh no, it just drops me 14 to 11.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so you're still fine. All right, yeah, but you it bites into you and you're like, and you fall back. You're like level 1, and you fall
So
back.
was that still phase 1?
Yeah, well, because right, exactly, it was.
Okay.
Yeah, so you just get there basically. I mean, you can heal somebody at 0 and they will pop back up.
Yeah, but I was trying to hopefully heal them before they bite.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, yeah, because they technically are going at the end of phase 1 is when they go, and then
Gotcha.
you're going at phase 2. So yeah,
Okay.
you see her drop, and then you can do your phase 2 thing if you'd like.
Yeah. So as I get there, I see her drop. I immediately I hit my knees and slide across the floor with my hand out. And as I get to Brighild, I will say, Liges Leon, and just slide and grab her shoulder and cast a Cure Light Wounds upon her. Do I have to roll anything for that, or do I just roll to see how much I heal?
You just roll to see how much you heal.
Okay. So you will heal 7, actually.
Oh, well, that put me
Nice.
back to max then. When you do that, her eyes open and she looks at you. She says, "Kiss me, handsome," and she grabs you around the neck and kisses you.
Nice.
Roll
Yeah.
for stun.
I kind of imagine it all happening at once. So like the zombie bites into you, you start to fall back fainting. He slides up and heals you, and you're just like, what?
That's right. So he gets his
You're off.
he gets his kiss, and the first thing he's thinking is like, okay, so the adventuring life is awesome.
All right. I mean, except for the zombies. So,
Yeah.
all right. So currently, there is one zombie that is in the hallway currently between Eutropia and Penesta, attacking Penesta currently. 2 more are coming out of that door. They're going to come out this round. Out at the other end of the corridor, there's only one standing, the one that you've been fighting, Brighild. But there's another one coming out the door at the far end. So what's everybody doing? Tropia.
Eutropia will sling again.
All right, excellent. How about Brighild?
She's going to cast a spell. She's going to reach up and touch the one that's on her. So it's a touch spell.
Awesome. Ulton?
So I'm actually gonna pop back up on my feet and actually try to melee for the first time this one.
All right. Penesta.
I say enough dicking around, and I'm going to get my sword. Pull my sword again.
Here we go.
Yeah.
All right, Uhtred? Uhtred?
He's going to remain strong and silent.
Yeah. He's
Sorry, mute. I was on mute. So, I will turn to Brighild and Ultan and ask them if they've got this, and then I will turn and head back up the hallway to assist my other friends.
Okay.
leave the 2
Fair enough.
level ones.
Yeah, they're gonna run. They start kissing, and you're just like, I'm out.
Oh, they're apparently. I'm a third wheel here, so I'm just gonna go back over that way.
Exactly.
Oh boy.
Thought about it if it angered him, but
He's like, shit. I'm gonna go get my girlfriend for that.
All right, fair enough. So I guess what we'll say is that you're moving. So probably Vanessa, you got a dry weapon. Probably the very first person that can do anything is Eutropia. You get the sling because everybody else is moving and stuff.
Okay. So she shot
Casting.
sling. But this time she'll actually miss.
Okay, you didn't get a. Well, it doesn't matter. You're not shooting through people. Then the spell will go off. So.
Brighild looks over at Altan and she goes, "I promise not to ever give you the cold kiss that I'm about to give this one." And she reaches out with her hand and grabs this thing, and just her whole hand and everything starts turning blue and frozen looking, and this thing just starts shaking, and she's casting Shocking Grasp, and it will take 5 points of damage from it.
Nice. Yeah, it starts shaking, and the arm actually starts to freeze up, and it breaks off, and then the thing staggers back and falls to the ground.
Holy shit!
Dead zombie. So there's not one there for you to melee at this moment, but there's another one coming, so you can get them as at phase 2 if you like.
I can't switch directions, huh? And go back. That's not.
Well, you could change your mind and go somewhere else. There's another one coming. What do you mean? Switch direction.
So, like, if this one dies, I know we have to declare ahead of time, so that means that I can't like go, oh shit, this one's dead, and turn and go help the ones at the door.
No, you can. Yeah, you just have to do it at phase 2.
But
Basically.
you do know there's another one coming from this upper
Yeah.
hallway, right? Did you catch that?
Yeah, but I thought he was a little further down, but maybe he's not as far.
Well, he's
away
closer
as
to
I thought.
you than the other ones are.
Oh, fuck
That's
that. Okay. All right. I'm going to get my shield and my Warhammer ready. And I'll look over at Brighild and I'll say, the gods are with you for sure. And I'll pull my, just prepare to receive this zombie as he comes down the hall.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. So that'll happen in phase 2. So the rest of the stuff in phase 1 will be Penesta. You got one there in front of you.
I want to hit him if I can.
Do it!
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's an armor class 0, so and I'm really rad. So too much time. So I'll do 10 points of damage.
Holy shit!
Wow. With the short sword.
Longsword. I have a longsword.
Oh, a long sword. Very nice. Okay, yeah. You
And I put it in both hands because I was mad at myself for.
yeah, you pick the sword up off the ground, you just grab this thing and just like, and you cut up, it's like an upward swoop through it, and it just like, it falls apart in 2 pieces, dead in front of you as Uhtred runs up.
Yeah.
I'm here to, okay. But as you do that, Uhtred, there's 2 more coming out the door. So as we go into phase 2, go ahead, Uhtred, you have 2 that have just come out in front of you.
All right, I will attack the one that's closest to me in front. That's a 19 plus 3.
Yeah.
So 21, which is a -3 AC.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh, darn. It's only 5 damage.
Oh, all right. I mean, it's not like a Podesta damage, but it's not bad. And then down at the bottom there, Ultran 1 comes up to you, and you'll get to attack him
Yes. Okay.
actually first, because you guys have longer weapons, so you're going to get to go first.
All right. So Warhammer. Yeah, I don't have an attack bonus.
Okay.
I don't think.
Well, that makes life easy.
No, I mean my
You have
attack.
bonus to strength.
No, my attack modifier is 0.
So just roll a d20.
Well, I am still overtaken or discombobulated from this kiss as I roll a natural 1. I basically swing, and I'm just like, I between the kiss and I look back at the bard, and I'm like, oh, the bard's pissed, and I go to swing, and I mean, I don't even come close.
You're like, I'm just kissing over here. And
All
right,
right.
so-
Eutropia sees him sling really badly. She's thinking, I should give him lessons.
no, he swings. He doesn't sling.
Wait, yes.
He's got a hammer.
He's a swinger, not a
Right.
slinger.
Sorry.
He's a swinger. Right, exactly.
Hey,
Okay,
wait
so
a
now
minute.
question.
Keep
So
my
there's-
private life out of this.
Okay, so all right, so the one that you didn't just kill there is going to try to attack you. It's going to try to slam you. It misses terribly. And the other 2 that just approached, the top one's going to go after Uhtred. Ooh, that's going to hit, I think, with the 19. That's going to hit AC, yeah, -1. And it bites, so it's a D3. Oh, then that's a D4. D3 is a D6. 1 point of damage, Uhtred. But you also lose 3 points of strength.
Oh,
Bites suck.
all right.
Yeah, it bites into you, and you can feel like your life energy draining as it does it.
Go for the teeth.
Yeah, this one didn't have just the false teeth.
No
Okay,
save.
So that's everybody. So we've got basically 3 zombies currently that are active. One is down by the kissers, and down at the end, and the other 2 are basically on Uhtred and Penesta at the other end of the corridor. So Eutrovia.
I'm gonna change my name just for you.
You're gonna have to make a character called Euphoria because I like that name, Eutropia.
And the thing is, he's trying not to, but he can't help it.
Now that I did it, I can't do it.
He can't not do it. He's like,
Yep, Eutropia. What
you're
you
like
want to
my.
do?
Sorry.
If you want to sling
Alright.
now, then you are shooting into combat, so there is a chance you hit the allies.
Yeah, things happen.
Oh, shit.
But I'll miss 9.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. So you're slinging. Break healed. You guys, zombie.
She's gonna
hovering.
use she's gonna run up there and help her handsome cleric and with our 2 spear shots.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's right there. You don't have to move, so you can definitely do that. Oltan. I'm assuming you're gonna fight the.
Yeah, I'm
zombie.
in a melee.
Pinesta. You got up there with 2 zombies with the Uhtred.
Oh yeah, so I'm gonna use my sword.
Okay. Uhtred.
Melee.
Okay. Cool. All right. So melee goes first. So Brighild. Make an attack, please.
I'll let can I let Oltan go first? Is that okay? Since we're both there and
Yeah.
like he was kind of there, just a seconds before me.
Sure.
All right.
Oltan, go first.
Going first. Okay. That's a little better. This time I got to hit AC 5.
That hits.
That hits. Okay. Sweet. All right. Now, I don't have a hit bonus because of strength, but I do have a damage bonus of +1.
Nice.
So I did 5 + 1 for 6. And I don't know if this matters with this undead, but I am not using a edged weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Even your hammer is not edged.
No.
Oh wow, that's weird.
I'm just saying. Undead. Hit
Yeah,
him.
no, you're very close. Yeah, you hit him. It does a serious amount of damage to it. It
Nice.
definitely is very hurt.
Yeah,
Do notice.
Brighill will say, "Let me help you there. You seem to be kind of butterflies right now."
Oh,
And they both will hit. Ooh, one of them will do 6, 7 damage, and the other one does 5, so 12 total.
yikes.
All right, yeah.
Nice.
So you like pin cushion this thing a couple times and it drops dead.
If she wants to, I don't know, can we still move like in phase 2 or?
Yeah, let me just do the phase 1 stuff first, just so I don't lose where I'm at. Which would be Pinesta and Uhtred attacking the 2 that they're on.
Go ahead, Uhtred.
All right. Let's see. That one hits. That one. AC 7. Does that hit?
Yep.
All right. So they both hit. So 6 damage and 8 damage.
Yes, you cut it down. So there's only one standing now. Pinesta?
I'm gonna attack the one standing. That hits armor class 3 for 9 points of damage.
Oh wow. Okay, that's with the sword, right? Okay,
Yes.
cool. All right, so you wanted to move?
Yeah, Brighill is going to run down to the door, it's on further down that they've been coming out of, and see if she can
Yep.
kind of try to close it, or at least stand there
Okay.
and block it.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely can do that. You get there. You don't see anything else coming out the door at this exact moment. Can you close it? Is a good question. Let me just
And if
quickly
not,
check.
she'll just sit there for spear set, and then if she can't close it.
Yeah, let me just check. I think that door is broken open actually. No, it's actually not. It's you could close it if you want.
Yeah,
Or you
she'll
can stand
start
there with a
closing
spear.
it. Yeah, she'll start
Okay.
closing it now. Try to.
Cool. All right, so that'll be the event in phase 2. All right, so coming into what is very likely the last round of melee, as there's one zombie that's very beat up standing between two of you guys. You Triple, what do you want to do?
Melee.
Okay, go ahead.
And 9 or 8 AC.
That hits.
Okay. Okay, that's gonna be 10 damage.
All right, yeah. Yeah, that one hit point left. All right. Yes, you chop down heavily into this thing with your bastard sword, and it falls. No more creatures. I mean, that door's open, so you guys quickly look maybe to see. Nothing seems to be coming. So it's very quiet. At the other end of the hallway, Brighild is down there guarding that other door. Nothing seems to be coming through that door anymore either.
I guess if we killed them all, we can go in and take what they left us.
Ultan just kind of pounds his chest one time, and he's like, "My God, that was amazing!"
Like that, did you?
Yes.
So are you going to sing now, or?
I mean, did you not see? Did you not see the blessing of the god as it raised Brighild, as Yunde raised Brighild back to her feet, where she began to and she continued to slay?
Oh, I saw what happened.
So he's like, I've not been in a fight like this before. He's like obviously giddy, like just totally out of his head giddy.
I pat him on the shoulder. I'm like, you know you'll get used to it. The shine will rub off eventually.
Well, until then, I will enjoy my first battle.
But yeah, no, you did great. Sorry that you died, Brighild. But I did warn you that there was a possibility.
She merely fell to the ground. Yunde would not let her pass into the other world.
It's
But-
to almost die when you first get into combat.
Yes. But in all seriousness, these poor creatures have been obviously been cursed with undeath. So go and do what you do, and I will help them cross. I will help their souls cross into the other world where they belong.
Yes, and their bite is not very good either. It's weakened me quite a bit.
How old do these bodies look?
Quite old.
Euphoria would like to search these bodies, see if they have any historical documents on them. And gold will do, but historical documents is where
Yeah,
it's
they
at.
do not have historical documents on them. However, they do all have like a little bit of wealth on them, like sewn into their clothing and whatever. That you're able to pull some coins from each one. By the time you get through all of it, you've got about 30 gold, about 90 electrum, 90 silver, and 150 copper. After you do all 10 of them. As you guys search the rest of the sarcophagi, I should say, as you're going through there, you do find one of the zombies must have been some kind of warrior, because inside the sarcophagi there's a broadsword that's pretty like almost rusted to disintegrating, but it's sitting on top of a small shield that is it looks like it's in perfect condition, like brand new. And is emblazoned with a green comet and a clenched black fist.
Yeah, Brighild will grab that shield up unless somebody would beat her to it.
No,
Examine it.
Yeah, it seems unusual that it would, not be destroyed, since the sword was. You also find some, silver trinkets, combs, brooches, etc. They have some value. I'll list all this stuff after. And you do find some coin as well. The only other unusual thing that you find is a very strange looking staff. It is created from some kind of like glistening black stone. And when you touch it, it feels cold. So, even though it's clearly warm in here, I mean, it's not super warm in here, but it's.
Is it like a cold chill that, like you get a bad feeling from it, or it's just like a.
No, it's not creepy. It's like it's actually physical. I mean, it might be creepy, but it's physically cold. Yeah, it's actually cold. It is. It is nauseous. It's nauseous to behold. It has a perturbing, unearthly geometry about it.
It's Eldritch.
Yeah,
Water
those-
woman, she'll look at Euphoria and say, Water woman, this may be something you would want to carry because it would maybe help you.
Turbid geometry.
Yeah, you definitely get eminence of magic from it. As you touch it.
Or at the very least, it would be worth your time for study.
Okay. So you're looking at it. What's your alignment, Eutropia?
Euphoria's alignment is chaotic good.
Actually, changed it.
All right. You actually go to look at it, and you can just feel like it repelling you. Like you almost feel like the staff hates you.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Actually,
Oh,
anybody who
interesting.
is
I'm pretty sure this staff hates me.
yeah. I mean, anybody even looking at it gets that. What's everybody's alignment? Is everybody neutral?
I
Yep,
am.
I'm total neutral.
Yeah. If you're neutral, you don't get that feeling.
I'm chaotic good, so yeah.
It also hates you.
Maybe
Oh.
you should carry it then, handsome.
Well, I mean, I pick it up and I look at it and I go, yes, this is not of the gods, but if it brings you ill feeling, I will carry it from this place. Perhaps I keep looking at it and say, perhaps it will fetch coin.
Hey, Daniel, how much did you say we found off the corpses earlier?
Oh.
It'll be in the show notes.
Yeah, 30 gold pieces, 90 electric pieces, 90 silver pieces, 150 copper pieces. But I'll list it out. I mean, unless you need to know right now for something you want to roll play.
No. I just think no. I was gonna write it down.
Oh yeah, I'll put it in the thing if you don't. Yeah. Basically, each one has. Strangely enough, they all have the exact same amount of money. 15 copper, 9 silver, 9 electric, 3 gold pieces. So yeah, then there's 10 of them total. The staff is definitely some kind of a magical staff. You're going to have to mess with it a little bit to kind of figure it out. But
Yeah, I
you
don't
sense
think
that it's got some kind of dark, not dark, but some kind of nature magic, something of the elements.
Of the elements.
We'll call it.
How long does that fatigue last?
I'm
Is
sorry.
that going to require the bite fatigue? Is that going to require?
Our strength loss.
Oh yeah. Well, it's actually by the time you find all that, you get that back.
oh,
Ooh,
thank God.
thank goodness.
It actually takes you a while to find everything. Yeah, that lasts 4 turns, and it takes by the time in order to find all this stuff, you'd have to be investigating for 8 turns.
Uh-huh.
I figured since they were dead, that you would take the time to investigate.
I was flipping through the pages going, when can I learn cure disease?
Yeah, I know.
No, it doesn't last. Yeah. I mean, actually, right. You can. You could have cast cure disease, and it would have removed it. But
Yeah.
time takes it away as well. In this case.
Couple more levels for that one.
Yeah, I mean, you sense, especially as a cleric, that like if they had died because of the bite, then that might have been bad.
Yeah.
But
Do we, on the murals, do we associate these green comets with the green death that we've heard of that destroyed Hyperborea?
yeah, you probably would have. Yeah,
Okay.
as a bard, you probably
Ooh.
see the connection there.
Nice catch.
Well, she's a bard.
She is. Yes.
Brickhill will say, I will carry this shield then and maybe help protect all of us with it. It seems a little bit too small for you, almost handsome fella, as she looked at Uhtred.
He'll just grimace and walk away.
Oh,
And
maybe
these
it's a picture.
zombies, they were normal size, right, Daniel? They weren't Hyperboreans.
Yeah, they were people size. Yeah, they were normal size.
Because I think, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Yeah, which is a little bit weird, right? Because I mean, the Hyperboreans weren't the only ones here necessarily, but they were definitely the primary people on Hyperborea before the Green Death. You know, but then again, maybe they're worshippers of the thing. I mean, you could research it if you want. There's a lot of reasons why that might be. You've seen stuff like that before. It's not completely unusual.
Yeah, no, if
Also,
I
there
get a chance, I'll ask the old guys at the library, the astrologer's tower.
Yeah, they like to talk to you guys. Yeah, there's a picture of the zombies. I forgot to show it. It's a zombie picture.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Yes, they look normal.
They look normal.
For a zombie. All right, cool. Yeah, so you the shield is, it's +1, +1 small shield.
All right.
And again, there's some other random treasure. Before you explore the rest of the tomb, though, we'll want to take a little 5-minute break there.
Yes, please.
Yep.
It's not reasonable. All right, so
I
let's
need-
do that.
Call Fefe.
I heard it. All right, so I'm going to pause this recording. So let's. All right, so you guys get the bodies, maybe whatever, like put in a way that you think religiously would be beneficial, maybe back in the sarcophagi or just back in that room, however you want to do it. Of course, you take from them the things that they can't use in the afterlife, the treasure, and you find yourself once again alone, I guess, for lack of a better word, in this place. There's still several doors you have not explored. I suppose in the walking back and forth of what you did, you probably would have seen into the room that is just do my little
The open door.
the open door. Let me just show you guys. I really like to show off this drawing. What I should have done during the 5 minutes was drawn this better, but I did not. So this open door right here. That you surely would have seen inside, and that is. Okay, so this tomb door was broken open like the other ones that you saw. It's kind of there's actually there's like a raised dais in this one, and the sarcophagus is on top like that. And there is a writing in hieroglyphs on this wall, whereas in the other rooms you've been in, you haven't seen anything like that. Or you can go in to investigate it more if you want, but I think you at the very least saw that.
So when we were doing the, the bodies and all that stuff, the part of the room that, excuse me, I'm sorry, where it makes like the big U that goes up around, do we see all of that?
Yep, you did. They're basically just lined with sarcophagi.
Okay, so there's no exits or nothing like that no more.
Well, just the two exits that make a U shape.
Right. Okay, cool.
And you see that there's broken skylights and stuff.
So yeah, if we look in there and we see the sarcophagus on a raised dais, Olson would look back at the group and say, well, that's usually only for important people.
Before we go there, let me go and look at this writing. And Brickyard wants to actually go up and inspect the writing on the wall.
Sure. It's in Ixian or Thracian Ixian. You speak of that?
Nope.
You speak of the language? No.
I do not know this language.
Doesn't your character speak Ixian, Crystal?
Hold on, let me see. I believe so.
A dialect.
Esquimaux, coastal dialects.
Oh, it's not Ixian Eskimo. Okay, all right. So no, you don't understand them. You guys can't understand. I mean, you could. It's large hieroglyphs. I mean, you could try to copy it down or something and have it translated, but you can't really read it.
Turbia will take out some parchment and lay it over the words. And she'll take a writing stick and trace over it, so that leaves a stencil of what's underneath it.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty big. You would need to use a lot. I mean, how much parchment have you got?
I have 2 parchment with me.
Okay, you could probably get about maybe a quarter of it with that.
Is it just one word, or is it like
No,
one
it's
symbol,
hieroglyphs.
or is it?
No, it's some kind of paragraph.
Yeah, I'll copy down about 2 parchments worth of hieroglyphs that are lined up.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll at least have that much,
Okay. Yeah, for sure. You can definitely do that. Yeah, and when you guys go in there and you're doing that, of course, and you guys look at the place, this looks like it's been looted as well. The top is off the sarcophagi, and there's not even a skeleton inside. This is basically empty.
Does the sarcophagi have any writing on it or anything?
No, the only
No.
writing in the entire room is on the wall.
Okay.
Is there anything unusual about the sarcophagus? I mean, like inside?
Well, not really. It's nicer than the other ones in a sense. It's like bigger, but it doesn't. It's not. It's basically an empty box currently.
That's stone inside.
It's stone inside. Yeah, sandstone.
Okay.
Can we look for a like a hidden compartment in it?
Sure. No, we don't. Nothing. Things pretty solid.
Well, you were right, Wiltan. It's probably somebody important, but not important enough to not get looted, obviously. So, I guess we move on. There's nothing else in the room, right?
No. No, the room's empty otherwise. Like not even any you would suspect, especially as a bard or whatever, that a room, well, first of all, the other rooms that you've been in, well, except for the really large one that you just follow this thing in, like the first two rooms that you walked by, because we didn't actually talk about it, but the second room that you walked by was just like the first one. It was open. There was a bunch of stuff in there. Like it was a room that was maybe 2/3 the size of this and had about 10 sarcophagi in here. This is a largish room with just one. So yeah, you can definitely, you figure this was probably some kind of a leader or whatever. But unfortunately, somebody else got to him first.
I would look at Penn and I would say, how important, how important do you feel that the writing here would be? I mean, are we here just to explore this ruin, or are we?
Well,
What you see here before you is history. History is of the utmost importance. Those who do not learn from the past are felled to repeat it.
Yes, but I guess the point that I'm making is rather than try to take a writing stick and copy, we have a bard and we could try to actually just copy the ruins or the ruins, copy the writing onto a page. You draw the hieroglyphs out and see if someone can translate them. That way we could fit the whole thing on one page.
if we do that and take it to the astrologer's tower, they could probably tell us maybe more about whose tomb this is. Maybe this is a name of some kind or a family tree. They could tell us whose mausoleum, who built it, and it's possible. I mean, I don't know for sure, obviously, but
Yeah, I mean, if you want to try to do that, you can, as a bard, you will be able to do it. However, first of all, she already did the thing, so you have to go back in time. But even if we were to allow that, it was going to take a long time. I mean, it's not a language you know, so it's not like, it'll take you a couple hours if you want. I mean, you can do it. I mean, it's not just so you know you're going to be waiting around.
Plus, Euphoria would say that they were too big on the cake. She would copy something wrong, and then it would fail to preserve the history. No, this is way better.
okay. I'll leave it with you, Euphoria. We'll go to the astrologer's tower with what you have.
You can always go and buy more parchment and come back.
Right, exactly.
Would it be possible to push the sarcophagus off the dais?
Yeah, you could do that. It's going to take an extraordinary feat of strength, though.
I have anger issues.
Okay.
All right, speed of strength, 32%. What do I need to roll for that then?
Percentile.
75.
Yeah. No, I mean it's heavy. It'd be really hard to move it. It's possible, but you probably need some kind of lever or something.
Okay.
But it's not built into it though. It could be moved, so you definitely know that. It's just you just can't move it. I don't know if you want to admit that to the group, but that's the case.
I'd just kick it. Yep, well built.
So in that corridor that you guys kind of fought the zombies, You've got two more, if you assume you want to. There's two more doors that you have not, three more doors you haven't explored. One is on this wall that you just came into the space. It looks basically the same. And then on the will be the southern wall, there's two more doors. All three of those doors are closed.
Uhtred would walk down to the next door in line, in this side.
Yep. This side.
On this side, okay, yeah. So yeah, good. Yeah. Yeah, this door looks pretty much the same. It's a big, heavy iron door. You check it, and this one is actually unlocked. It hasn't been like smashed open. It's just unlocked.
I would hit the door with my, I'd like with the pommel of my sword, just kind of hit the door a bit, and then listen and see if I hear anything inside.
Okay. What's your listening skill?
Good question. Listen. It's here somewhere.
Sorry about that, guys.
What?
Well, I was trying to interrupt, but I didn't because I had to run out back in the backyard because we had a little bit of a emergency. So I had to step away. That's why everything went dark.
Oh, no problem.
Maybe I don't have listen.
Yeah, I think you have the same equal chance as a thief.
Oh,
It's discern noise is what it's called.
Oh, thanks.
Level 3, it's 5 out of 12. I don't know if you're level 3.
No, I'm level 2.
Yeah, so it'd be 4 out of 12 then.
Or as well, okay.
She was using.
Yeah, you rap on the door loudly and listen. There doesn't seem to be anything moving inside. The door is very solid, and of course, like I mentioned, made out of iron.
All right, I'll push it open.
Okay. So you open it up, light kind of comes in. There's some light in there because this is a bunch of skylights in this place. So you're basically looking into kind of a mirror of the other room. So it looks like. I keep wanting to touch my screen with my pencil.
And the sarcophagus in the corner.
Exactly. It kind of, except it doesn't look exactly the same, but the positioning is the same. So basically, you've got raised area with the sarcophagus. It looks like there's some drawing and stuff like on this wall. So it's not like words. It's like a mural. And this sarcophagus looks like it is made of marble. What you can tell.
Is it closed?
It's hard to say from where you are, but you don't see the cover on the ground, so that's usually a good sign.
Okay.
Terrible.
I pull my warhammer
Okay.
just in case.
Yeah, I want to look at the mural, but I want to have my sword out when I do it.
All right, so you're gonna go ahead and look at the mural.
I do it.
Did you
like
say
this.
there was a writing on the walls like the other one or not?
In this one, not writing. There's like a mural. There's
Okay.
it's not. It's like a relief, drawings. So you can actually kind of make out. It looks like it's partially like destroyed, but you can kind of make out a little bit of it. From this distance, you have to go up and inspect it more if you want to do such thing.
Yeah,
do.
Brickia will go up there too. She wants to see if any of it looks familiar and point it out to the sea goddess too.
Oh yeah, awesome. All right, so you guys are gonna go up and check it. What's everybody else do?
Uhtred's going to go up and try and push the top off.
Oh god.
Oh, you're gonna go to the sarcophagus. Okay, what about Olton?
Well, I'm gonna go be a big dumb man with the other big dumb man. So I'm gonna go with him and watch him as he pushes the lid off this thing.
But I'll be honest, I would push it in a way to where I don't want it just to fall off. I kind of want to push it in a way to where if something's alive in there, it would be kind of stuck in there and we'd have like advantage on hitting.
Okay, fair enough.
So we want to lift.
You want to open it.
You
want to open it a crack.
Peak. Yeah.
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 Yeah, I mean it's just like a marble countertop, right? You can slide it a little bit.
Yeah.
That seems reasonable. What about Eutropia?
Euphoria. Now you've gone back to my other name. I changed it for you, Daniel. I did it for you.
He did. She did.
Euphoria.
I mean, it is a better name, actually.
Euphoria is making marks on the back of her parchment so she knows which one goes first and which way they point and stuff. He probably has
She's
no
still in the
idea
other
what's even going on. Huh?
Oh, so you're like standing in the hallway. You're not going to come in.
Yeah, basically. I'm still like, looking at these glyphs and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah, it's always good to stay in the hallway.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Nobody ever
No monsters ever come from the hallway.
Exactly.
As we learned.
All right.
Yes.
Excellent. All right. Well, you're not surprised as you're looking at the wall when from the ceiling drops down what you thought was solid stone, but drops down onto the two that are looking at the thing, or tries to, anyways. But you're not surprised, so we're actually going to roll initiative. So you may see it falling. So either Tony or Nikki, because you're the most.
Go ahead. Oh.
Go for
Your
it,
father
Nikki.
was
I had it
on
last
me.
time.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Pressure's
You're-
all on me.
You're in the line of fire.
What's this thing
Oh,
called?
6.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'll get everybody's thing. I just wanted to see, like, because if it won, then it was just going to go first, and then you go down. Anyways, all right. So what's everybody doing? So basically, actually, like, Euphoria doesn't see it. Actually, nobody sees it except for you two guys, because it's literally a piece of the wall falling off on you. So it's basically this first round. The only people who are going to be able to do anything is Pinesta and Brighild. So you see this, like, the wall starts to, like, yeah, that's the best way I can describe it. It's an ooze.
I had my sword out. Remember I said, so I'm gonna slash at it.
Okay. What about Brickyld?
Yeah, I mean, her first reaction is to be to I'll tell you what she's going to do. She's going to hold her spear up and cast a spell.
Okay. All right. Melee goes before spells, so go ahead and cast.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Go ahead and attack. Yeah.
Okay. 18. What's the armor class? 0.
Oh yeah, that definitely hits.
Okay. My longsword. 3 points of damage.
Okay.
So not much, but something.
Hey, you know what? Every little bit helps. Yeah, you slice into this thing, and you get, as you slice through it, you can actually some of it's coming off like all over your sword, so you definitely did damage to it. And go ahead, cast your spell.
Yeah, Brighild sees that, catches her off guard, and she just holds her spear up and chants a few words as you see the tip of the spear kind of turn electrifying blue. And I have one more shocking grasp, and I'm going to use that as the conductor of the spear tip to conduct it and hit this thing with shocking grasp. Oh, right, max 9 damage.
Oh, nice.
So this jolt of electricity just hits it through the spear tip.
Fantastic. Yeah, this it and you can see that like parts of it like fall off and like evaporated basically. It's like concrete getting thicker. It's not dead though, so it is going to try to attack one of you guys. And let's see.
So we don't all get to attack it?
Nope, because you guys run this out of the room. You're not going to
Gotcha.
to go.
Wall attacks us.
It didn't really surprise you, but it surprised in a sense.
Get ready to kiss us again, Oltan, if it gets us.
Right. No, they rolled a 4. So it because probably it's coming down and you slash it and shock it and like basically what you guys, the other people see is like this wall's about to collapse on them and a sword slices through it and electricity just like rips it apart and it kind of like splashes across and doesn't hit anybody. And it's on the ground and you can see that it's forming pseudopods to attack again. So now everybody can go. Euphoria, you're in the hallway. You probably hear a spell go off. You smell ozone.
That smells like a spell. And she quickly scammers to see what's going on.
Okay. Brighild, what do you want to do?
She's going to melee with her spear now.
Okay. Pinesta.
I will keep meleeing for now.
Nice. Uhtred.
Melee.
I guess you're going to charge in relay. And Olton.
Yep, same thing.
As y'all charging this poor slime that never hurt anyone.
Like, oh!
All right. Nick, go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh,
Lucas.
okay. 5.
Oh, all right. It's going first. Okay. Let's see. to do this. So because it's going first, there's only 2 of you in front of it. So I'm going to roll a d6 to see what it hits or it tries to hit. They roll 7, doesn't anybody? All right, so it lashes out. This poor defenseless ooze can't even hit you guys. So Brickhild?
Yeah, well, I get my 2 attacks now, or just be 1?
Just the 1. Yeah.
Just 1, okay.
Yeah.
She slips in the ooze and falls back. It says, "Catch me, all 10." And she rolled a natural 1.
Oh, nice.
Oh no.
All right. How about Pesta?
I'm gonna try to sword the slime, I guess. Ugh. That hits armor class 2.
Hits.
Okay. For 5 points of damage.
Nice. Yeah, you slice into this thing, and it's like you can see it's like there's like bubble in it, like the pseudopods are trying to, and you can see that's really like starting to break apart. Uhtred?
I will take a swing. AC 0.
That is.
And that's going to be 10 damage.
All right. You slice through it and like scoops up all over your blade and flies across the room, and you guys look at it stop bubbling. It seems to be dead. Just as Ultid's getting there.
Joy of my life.
He slimed me.
Does Old Ten at least catch? Does Old Ten at least catch Brynhilda?
I doubt it. He was already committed to swinging the hammer. So
We were on the other side of the room.
yeah.
All right. So
So is the wall there
Master.
still, or is it like? Oh, sorry.
yeah, the wall is there. You can actually see that basically this thing must have absorbed part of the wall, or just been on it so long that it filled in. So yeah, there is stuff on the wall. But roll a d6, Penesta.
Okay. 4.
Okay. You notice that your sword is let's say dissolving.
Oh.
That seems like a good word.
Oh.
Oh no.
And then yeah. And so does everybody else who touched this thing, which would be
What about with the
Revealed.
spear being? I mean, using it as with the spell deal, it would still get it.
we touched it, right?
Well, yeah, that was the
Yeah, if you touched
conductor. So
Yeah. So and also Uhtred's sword.
Little Dan's gonna take his warhammer and just slip it back into his belt and just be like, just reach
Can
up, start stroking his beard.
Can I wash it off real quick, or did I just lose my
yeah,
sword?
I was going to say I'm going to take that water skin, the badger water skin, and try to start washing them off.
Yeah, you do it, and what you see is that like as the water's hitting it, the metal just breaks off, like it's just this like it's like gone into it and just like messed it up at an atomic scale. Not that you
Rick
know
Hill
that.
yells a curse word, and Kamari Kelt and throws her spear on into the thing. Then
Yeah, anything non-magical is destroyed when it touches it.
Did anyone ever get that magic bow with Polly?
Nope.
No.
We went back to the location and didn't get it.
Yeah, but we didn't get that far.
Oh, true.
So yeah, unfortunately, although luckily nobody took any damage because it would have been pretty bad.
Pretty bad, yeah.
Yeah,
Uhtred
things
angrily tosses the hilt of his sword on the ground.
it like shatters.
Olten
So
puts his hands on his hips and he's like, "Well, that's gonna put a damper on things."
I'm gonna keep the hilt of my sword.
oh nice.
I'll go back up.
Euphoria will walk up to Uhtred and say, "Here, you can use this if it'll help." And she will offer him her quarterstaff.
He'll thank her for the offer and decline. He will just pull his hand axe out of his belt.
Yeah, that bastard sword's killed a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Sad to see it go. Okay, so partially dissolved carvings cover the walls. They show battle scenes from a career of a bloodthirsty Ixian conqueror, along with outrageous feats of heroism. You also notice, you guys probably noticed it when you're up top, maybe, or like, your mind was quickly distracted from it because this happened, that just behind the sarcophagus was a small shrine to Yig. The sarcophagus, though, when you go up and push it now to look inside, is stripped clean. It's empty. Like somebody opened it, took everything out, and then closed it, you would imagine, because it's like literally completely empty. There's not even dust in it.
What's
Huh.
on the shrine?
The shrine itself is just carved into the wall. It's like basically like a little shrine in the back. They probably put candles and stuff on there, but there's nothing on there now. It's kind of part of the fixture, I guess.
Shrine to Yig.
Yeah.
Well, we know snake men have been here, or somebody who works for them. Or we can assume. We don't know. I'm guessing.
Nesta makes a lot of assumptions.
She does.
Which is good.
She does. Well, she's seen a lot of snake men with Yig symbols, so
No, this is the truth, right?
there is a.
So Uhtred's angry from losing his sword. He's going to angrily try pushing the sarcophagus off the dais as well.
Okay, you can make a extraordinary. check.
Can Brickheel help him because she's pissed off too?
Yeah, you can add your percentage to his percentage.
She's going to walk up to Uhtred and she's going to go, well, this is not as good as I did for Altan, but it's close, and she'll kiss you on the cheek. I have my feat of strength is 8%.
Yes, add 8 to your.
Well, I rolled a 94 anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Oh my lord.
I mean, it's marble. It is pretty heavy, so yeah. I mean, you did get strength drained earlier, so maybe you're feeling like it keeps like coming back in like waves.
I look at Panesta and I go, Vikings and their fits.
Uhtred just felt like he should have stayed in bed today.
Did you throw your hilt into the slime?
I just threw it on the ground. I didn't really say I threw it,
Okay. So while they're doing all that mess, trying to throw, I'm watching Panesta pick up her, or like pocket her own hilt. I'm gonna reach down and pick up the bastard sword hilt and just shove it in my one of my pouches or pack.
I look at Ultan and I say, when we get back to town, if I give you some money, will you go buy me a new longsword? Because I don't really want to go into the bazaar.
Sure.
Okay.
It's a long story.
Yeah.
I had some
guess.
trouble.
No, I understand. I understand.
But I'm keeping my hilt because I'm studying to learn Flame Blade. And I need an empty hilt, so it'll work out.
See that? I was setting you up.
You were. You read my mind.
Perfect setup. All right, excellent. Having lost a couple of weapons, but no damn points. That's pretty good. You kind of search the rest of the room. This one's definitely been looted, and pretty effectively. The other 2 doors on the southern wall are both locked.
Daniel, what time of day is it?
Well, let's see. It's like the middle of the day, like about 2 o'clock maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't have to go very far. I mean, it took you time in the morning to talk about stuff and figure out what you want to do and whatever, So you get plenty of time. I mean, if you're worried about the bell.
Does anybody want to try forcing one of these doors?
I mean, I'm down a weapon that does, we can. Brighild, how are you on your weapon
Yeah,
status?
she carries a hand axe as a backup.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if you guys want to go back to town because you lost a weapon.
No, it's fine. I have daggers.
I've got 2. You're welcome
Yep.
to one of them.
Oh, I have 2 daggers, so we're all right.
Yeah. Okay. So we got 4 daggers between us. So if
So
it-
Uhtred to try forcing one of the doors.
All right, yeah, you can do it. Like just a regular test of strength.
5 or 6. That is. 1.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you smash this one open. You can tell just by the air in here that this door has not been open in a long time. And you see that there are 5 sarcophagi total in here. And they look like, they're dusty, but they have the lids on. And yeah.
Does it seem like there's any movement within the sarcophaguses?
No, not that you can detect.
All right. Do any of the sarcophaguses look more richly embellished than the others?
That's a good question. Roll a d6.
D6. Roll to 4.
They pretty much look the same.
And there's no writing on the walls or anything?
Nope. This one has got plain walls.
So just dusty sarcophagi.
Yep.
I'll go over. How are they arranged in the room?
Against the south wall, there are 3. And against the west wall, there are 2. And you came in from the north wall.
So Uhtred will go to the one in the middle of the 3
Okay.
and search it.
Now, yes, you slide the top to the side, and you can see that there's a body in here, a skeleton, basically. It's in robes that have since gone to dust, basically. They're still there, but as soon as you touch them, they start to fall apart. It has its hands crossed over its chest like this, and it's kind of looking up. Well, as skeletons do.
If I lifted the body, kind of rolled the body up on its side, anything underneath it?
Yeah. So you go to roll the body, and when you do, you hear like a jingling sound, and from the hands it drops through the ribs and through the back a small pouch, a little leather pouch that is kind of aged. It's like you can fit it in your hand.
All right, I'll take that.
Okay. Yeah, you pick it up. You can hear like it doesn't sound like change. It sounds like it sounds like stones or gems inside or something inside. It doesn't sound like coins.
I'll look in the bag.
Okay. There are 10 sapphires in this bag.
Oh shit!
Nice.
All right. Anybody else want to do something? I've kind of taken over.
We're letting you open the sarcophagi.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go help. I'll take the one on the one on the left.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, you open that one up. Let me just do it quick. And this one looks like it probably was a child. That it's in again, like kind of fine clothes, but have gone down. But it doesn't have any valuables. If you check it, it seems to be. I mean, probably 100 years ago, when they got buried here, the clothes are probably worth a lot of money, but they're not what they now.
Yeah. So I immediately just shut the thing and they go, figures. And I say a small prayer for the child's sarcophagus. I look at the group and I say, probably not a good idea for me to be opening these. Maybe somebody else should try the other one.
I'll try the other one. Fine.
I don't even say what I saw.
Okay. The other one on the west wall, or
Yes.
the one of the 3. Okay. This one also has a child in it.
I got
A skeleton of a child. Yeah. Also, no immediately obviously valuables.
Okay.
All right. Uhtred will go over to one of the remaining 2.
Okay, east or west.
West, I think you said they were.
Yeah, well, there's 3 on the southern wall, so you open the middle one, so east or west, so basically left or right.
Oh, right.
So right, so west. Right as you're facing, it'll be west. Okay, cool. You slide it open, and there is a skeleton in there, and in its eye sockets are 2 gems. They're Christophases, whatever that is. Christophases. I'll have to look that up because I have no idea what kind of gem that is, but it sounds pretty awesome.
Pretty. Yes, he has much better luck than the rest of us.
Actually, do have much better luck.
He does.
Okay. Next one.
Apple green variety. So they're apple green looking. Oh, that's cool.
Apple green.
There you go. So yeah. So you find two more stones.
It's gonna be fun to try to find a rhyme with chrysophase.
Great. So what? One more coffin left then?
Yeah, there's one more.
Yeah, I'll open that one.
No, yeah. That one also has a child limit.
Ah! He finally ran out of luck. You see why we stopped?
I would close the sarcophaguses after I was finished as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'll desecrate their graves, but come on.
There's no need to be a mess in there. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you can put them back. They just slide right back on.
Anything else in the room?
There are 5 adventurers.
Right.
No,
So we
you
have
know,
what? One more door?
One more
There is
door.
one more door if you want to explore it.
Yes, please.
5 adventurers. Roll for initiative.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this door is locked, so you'll have to try to smash opening it if you want.
I kiss him on the cheek again.
Roll the 5.
Oh, all right. Well, distracted by the kiss, you still open it, but it took a
Wasn't
couple
that
slams.
impressive?
This one it also looks like it's not been open since it was closed. It's dusty, etc. This dust musty smell. This one has 8 sarcophagi in it. The south wall has 6 of them. So in the first room they were like sideways. Now they're this way. And east and west each have 1.
I'll go open the one on the east wall.
Okay.
It's the same type of a plain room with no artwork or anything.
Exactly. Absolutely plain.
I just picked the next one next to Panesta, and I'll do that one.
Okay, so Panesta, in yours, you actually find, a body, and it has a little pouch in its hand like the other one, and there's silver pieces in it.
Okay.
And also, there is a little vial of some kind of a potion, a frothy white potion.
Okay, I'll take that in the pouch.
Yeah.
Because why not drink a potion out of a coffin?
I'm not gonna drink it. But I have that vial pouch from Zulia, so I'll put it in there, where the shrinkage potion used to be. Although I still have one of those.
So yeah, so I mean, you guys go through the rest of these. We don't have to do one by one. So basically, eventually, I mean, because you're not really in a rush, you go through all of them. Most of them are filled with bodies, that have these like really old clothes that are basically falling apart, or some ornamental jewelry. But one other sarcophagus has something of interest, which is a scroll tube.
Scroll tube.
Ah.
Yeah, it's an ivory scroll tube, sealed with wax.
Does the wax have any kind of it's like a signet ring impression or anything?
No, it's more like they put it around the edge and then pushed it closed.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a cork bottle. Yeah.
Literally just a seal.
Yeah, it's sealed.
Let the water woman look at it first and see if she can read it, and if not, I can try.
Yeah, if you want to try it, you want to open that up.
Yep, she will. Euphoria.
Utopia, yep.
She will. She'll open it up.
Okay, so you break the wax seal on the scroll tube?
Oh, I mean, can she like read it? Is it readable from the outside?
The scroll? Do you have
Yeah.
X-ray vision?
No, I didn't think so. Well, is there? Okay, let me ask this. Like, if she turns it on the sides, is there anything like, because some scrolls there'll be like little wooden blocks on the outside that might have something like that indicates what the scroll is.
No, it's just a plain tube. It's a plain.
Yeah. So
it looks like it was taken from some large beast.
And there's no. I'm sorry. The wax seal. It's not like there's no indentions or anything in it. It's just wax.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Then she will. She'll break it then. Yes. And.
Yes. Break the wax seal on those. Okay.
Yep. She will.
I just want to make sure. That's what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
You're a magician.
Yes.
Save versus death.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Yeah. So you.
You're now possessed by a demon. Do with it what you will.
You open up. There is a scroll inside. And yeah, you can because with your ability, you can interpret scrolls. So yeah, you can see it is actually a magician spell. It is the spell Charm Monster.
Yes.
At caster level, I mean, not that you would know this, but mechanically, it's caster level 8. So you know that it was written by a powerful magician.
Yeah. Oh, this is a very complex spell. It would be some time before I could possibly cast a spell of, even think to cast a spell of this magnitude on my own.
Well, you should keep it, though. You may come into use one day.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you could cast it. I don't think there's a restriction against casting a spell. I think there's a chance it might fail if it's higher level, but it's not impossible. You can actually cast it. Yeah.
No, I meant like it'd be sometime before I'd be able to like do it without the aid of a scroll.
I understand. I understood what you meant.
Yeah.
Yes, if you can read it, you keep it.
Yeah. I will figure that out hopefully before you have an opportunity to cast it. I'll look it up. I can't remember exactly what the rule is, but I think it's like 5% chance of failure per spell level over you, per caster level, I should say. So it'd be risky for you to cast it at first level, but not impossible. Yeah. I mean, at that, now you've spent, a few more hours in here. So, it's about 4:30 in the afternoon. You feel like you've pretty much searched the entire interior that you saw. So what do you guys want to do?
Well, Alton would speak up and say, I think the hour grows long and we should probably return. Especially if I still need to stop and replace swords and replace weapons and.
Oh yes, I would very much appreciate that. I'll give you some gold.
No, there's no need. There's no need. You having a sword in hand is a benefit in and of itself.
Brighild looks at Pinesta and winks and goes, he would probably prefer a kiss.
Uhtred having cooled down from the fight with the slime, he would head back to that room to find the hilt and find it gone.
Yes, must have been dissolved.
And I'll reach back and pat the staff and I'll say, I haven't really explored Xambaala for such a thing. Is there anywhere that we can take this that it may fetch a price or someone would have interest in it?
One of you mentioned earlier about some old men who were librarians or something. Would they be interested?
They might be able to tell you what it is. I don't think they buy things, though. They're more interested in knowledge. There's a couple temples to various gods. And, of course, there's the bazaar. Someone there would most definitely be interested, but they might rip you off and tell stories about you that
I think
Yes, those people at the markets, all they do is overprice stuff, and then if you don't have that, you have those hooligans that come through there and just grab stuff and take stuff that's not theirs and run away.
I think it's a good idea for us to know what we have before we try to sell it. That keeps us. That
You know
would,
what, Tan? I was gonna go to the Temple of Rel to. They helped me identify potions before, and they kind of know me a little bit there.
Yes, I
So
did.
I was gonna go there if you wanted to come with me to take the staff there after we get or before we get a new sword. We just have to have a new sword before we go out again. So
of course, we can do that, and we can speak of Yoon Day on the way as you requested.
sounds fabulous.
Well, after I get my new spear at the market that I'm not going to pay an overpriced charge for, I say it's time to go back to the Saturns and party it up.
Exactly. Yeah, you definitely can do that. I mean, if you if you go to the market, any weapon that you wanted to buy, I mean, is going to be just normal price unless it's something very bizarre. But a spear, if you're placing normal weapons, I'm sure they'll have them. So
So just get a
Alright.
long
That's not-
sword. Okay.
yeah, so a spear, long sword, a bastard sword, whatever it is.
I'll probably have to wait till I get my share of the loot, but
Yeah, well, yeah, you'll have you can just probably mark it down that just subtract it from your loot. And for sure, you can go to I'm sorry, Rel, right? That's where you want to go?
Yeah.
With the stuff.
Kinda have
Or
a
do you want to go to
rapport
the
with them.
librarians, or which one?
I'm going with Panesta to the. I guess we want to go. You said you wanted to go to Rel first.
Yeah, first the Temple of Rel.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, is everybody going there? Or you guys are going to go? I mean, you can
oh
probably
no,
spread out.
I'm going to the market and other places.
Yeah, you can go to the market and do what you got to do. All right, I'll just go in first, then we can see whatever other people are doing. Yeah, so you go to Rel, the grotto. You don't want to go to the grotto. The grotto of Rel.
In the
Yeah, so you guys
grotto.
go in. And
Sorry.
wow. No, that was a deep cut right there. That was good. Lois Presley.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. All right, we're gonna have to do that. That's okay. You may want to consider that for a summer choice. Anyways, so in the grotto,
I'll write it down.
as you've been before, you kind of come in. By the time you get back, you don't have to go that far. Maybe you drop some stuff off before you went walking in. But as before, the grotto of Rel is basically kind of a largish cave area. In the center is a fountain. There is a fountain, and there's a Rel standing in the center, nude save for winged boots and a floppy hat. And it's a fountain, so water is coming out of wherever you would imagine water would come out of Rel when he's nude. And people are throwing coins in there. There's some priests kind of hanging out, the acolytes, and they see you come in. Of course, they recognize Bernesta, and they say they kind of nod, when they see you.
I nod at them and I say, "Hello again. I've
Welcome.
returned to you with my friend, my new friend, Ultan, and we have a couple of things we were hoping you could help us identify. And I would, of course, be happy to make a donation in the fountain for any help you give us."
Of course, we are here to help.
I'm starting
What
to
is
like
the-
Rel more and more.
Yes. So as she's dumping the coins in the fountain, I pull the staff out and I unwrap it, and I hold it forward, and I say, the staff strange and
Oh.
I would say magical, but some people say that it seems to emanate a hatred for them. However, I do not feel this.
Oh, wow, that staff is made of. I don't even understand how you could make something such strange geometry. Yes, clearly an otherworldly object.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
But I am a follower of Yoon Day, and as such, we do not
Yoon Day is-
steer. I'm sorry.
Yunde is a fine god.
Yes, we do not steer to the side of good or evil, and so perhaps that is why it feels nothing for me. But I wish to know what it can do or what it is.
Yes, well, don't we all? Such is life. Is always trying to figure out what it is and what it can do.
Are you able to help?
Why, of course. What help do you need?
Well, I mean, I know it's a staff. I know it is possessed of magic, but what kind of magic? What are its powers? What is it used for? I am no magician. I have no use of it. But if I am to part with it, I want you to make sure I find fair price.
But are you sure you have no use for it? How does
I am
one
not.
know if they have use until they try? Clearly, the staff is
Oh, here we go again.
connected to you. One will not know the use of a staff until one uses the staff.
This, lest it be a holy relic of Yunde, which I feel that it is not. Eve,
So you're saying that you would rather not use the
yeah, I think that's where I think that's kind of the road that we're traveling down here.
I see.
If it
Well,
makes others feel hatred, then it obviously it does not stay the middle road, which is where I
well,
choose.
or perhaps it hates those who cannot stay the middle road themselves.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
I would not know unless I were to rub elbows with one of an evil disposition, and that is something I choose to try not to do.
Yes. Evil. Kind of looks around. There are many evils in the world, and I mean, if you would like, we could take the staff from you. Certainly, such an offering to Rel would bring you good fortune.
Ah, yes, indeed. However, it will not replace the sword of my companion who lost his weapon.
Ah, yes. A
So,
lost weapon can be terrible.
yes.
What if I were to replace the weapon?
Well, then let us see what you have to offer.
What type of weapon was it?
It was a large bastard sword of Viking design meant for the hands of a large Viking.
I see. Let me see. And he turns to one of the acolytes, and they go back. Yes, we come across many things here in the Grotto of Rel. So I'm sure that such an item can be found. Perhaps not a Viking design, but maybe Chimerian. Also big people.
Perhaps. So let us.
So after a few minutes, he brings one of the guys comes back with a big, a very nicely made bastard sword. But he says, this sword is truly a bastard.
So I take it in my hand and I look at it and I say, is this sword possessed of magic? Or is it just simply possessed of fine craftsmanship?
This is a beautiful sword. What is magic really? But just the power that we bring ourselves to the situation. If wielded by a powerful warrior, some might say the sword is magical.
Yes,
Nesta
indeed.
is like, I don't know. She's got
I was getting to this part. I hand him the sword back and I say, let me discuss with my companion here a moment in private, if you would allow.
Oh, of course. Take your time.
Uh,
Whether you give the staff to Rel or keep the staff means nothing to me. I was just trying to help you.
yes, of course, and your help is appreciated. And I put my arm around Penestra, and I kind of walk away with her, and I go, I feel as though this man is trying to. How does the common people say, pull a fast one on us?
I have the same feeling.
Yes. You know, I have a feeling this staff is worth much. Perhaps your librarians may have a greater interest.
They might at least be able to help us with what it is. I'm sorry, these guys have helped Zulia and I in the past, but maybe that was because Zulia, actually worshipped Rel.
It's possible. I don't know Rel that well, so yes, okay, very well. So I turn back to the guy and I say, give me a day, let me think on it, and then we will see.
Good luck to you. May the blessings of Rel be with you.
Of
Did you need
course.
anything else?
I'll show him the vial.
Yes.
Oh, a potion.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Do you think you could tell me what it is without me having to drink it this time?
I mean, I could do that. But as we discussed before,
How do you really know?
what would Rel do? Would Rel seek the comfort and safety of asking somebody else to take the risk? Or would Rel just take the risk?
Damn it. You're right. And it didn't hurt before. I'll drink just a tiny sip.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you go to drink it. He goes, I wouldn't drink that though.
Oh. Oh, okay, and I won't, and I'll put the stopper back in it.
Yeah. He looks at it. He goes, "Meh."
Okay.
Takes it, looks at it. Hands back to you. Says, you will know when you need this. Rel will advise you. I will let you know now. That moment is not now.
Okay. That's sufficiently cryptic to
Yeah.
pique a bard's interest.
I look at her with an eyebrow cocked way up like this.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we should talk more about you and Day. All right, thank you for your help. I will keep this, and if Rel tells me when to use it, I will use it then.
Yes. I look forward to hearing more of your adventures. And let me know what happens with the staff. It's a very interesting staff.
I will. I may, and I very well may be back.
Yeah.
So,
nods.
and with that, we leave.
Yeah, as we're walking, I'm like, sorry about that. I don't know what was it up with that guy.
It sounds to me like he just wants to get this. He wants me to donate it, that's for sure, but he just doesn't want to tell me what it does. And no, my father raised no fool. So I guess we'll try the librarians and see if they'll actually be honest and tell us what it does.
We can try that next. Yep.
Okay. What's the rest of the party doing though while this is going on?
Euphoria would like to go visit the librarians and show them these hieroglyphs. See what they can make of them.
Okay, sure. Yeah, so you go there, and the guys are there, and they say, "Oh, an Atlantean. Don't see many of those. I think we saw one a few weeks ago. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, I'm the same one. I showed you how to put the glass over the maps that you may draw on the glass without drawing the map.
Yes. Atlantean magic.
Yes, it
Excellent.
is. It is a unique process, for
Yes.
sure. So, I have been out doing some research and have happened upon some writings. I did not manage to get all of them, but I managed to get down what seemed to be hopefully some of the more important stuff. And she will take from her tube, maybe go inside or whatever they do, and she'll line up the documents. She marked how to line them up and what order they go in, and she'll
Okay,
let them
yeah.
see these hieroglyphs.
He looks at it because you did the rubbings, and he's like, "Ah, this looks like a fragment. It's in Ixian, Thracian Ixian, not that. Let's see if we can interpret this here. Looks like." He starts like writing it down for you. It doesn't think he's going to, anyways. Anytime now. Okay. So I'm sending it to you.
Okay.
Okay. I sent it. I think I sent it to everybody, but you're the only one who sees it currently because you're the ones there. He says, it looks like you got a piece of something. You should try to get the whole thing next time because I'm not really sure what this means, although it could mean many things.
Yes.
There are conclusions here, clearly.
Conclusions are always great. For with a conclusion will inevitably come more questions.
Atlanteans, you are very wise.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, it takes a little while for him to actually interpret it, but yeah, so that's what he gets from it because you did a piece of it, so that's all you got.
She says, would you be willing to lend me the parchment and writing sticks to be able to copy the whole thing? Then we could bind it and put it in your library for you for future scholar to examine.
Well, parchment is quite expensive. However, we could probably do that as long as we get the only copy of it.
Yes, of course.
Okay, yeah, he agrees. He gets some a roll, like a long. He asks you basically how big it is, and you kind of tell him, and he gets like a long sheet about the right length, so he can do it in one big sheet. And while he's assembling that, what about the other? What about not Olton? What about Uhtred and Brighild? What have you guys been doing besides getting your gear?
Uhtred will seek out a place of worship for Euler. He doesn't usually pray very much, but having lost his sword, it struck him pretty hard. So he's going to go pray and ask his God, why have you done this to me? Why, what have I done for you? Take the extension of my arm away from me.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Brighild would go to the market and get her a new spear, and she would get Vanessa's sword, and anybody else that wanted something from the market. She would do that, and she's going to the Saturn's Luck to wait to roll on that carousing table.
Nice.
Just can't wait.
Excellent. Yeah. All right. So all that happens. So you're gonna let's get the library, and then we'll do that. So you guys show up at the library with the staff.
Yes.
Probably. They're probably still working with your friend there. Although I don't know that they know that you guys are all connected. So one of the other guys sees you come in, and he says, "Oh, welcome. I like this new haircut. No, have they seen you since this? They have actually. So they say, oh, you didn't change your hair again. The first three times I saw you, you had different hairstyles.
think I'm
Finally
gonna
settled
keep
in.
this one. Finally settled in. Yep.
I like it. It's good.
Thank you. But my friend here has something he'd like to ask you about. If you'd be so kind. I don't know if you've ever seen anything like it in your research. Ultan?
Yeah, so I Oop, hold on. Pull out the staff and I lay it on a table.
This is bizarre. Ooh,
Yeah, I lay it on the table in
look
front of
at
him.
it.
So yes, it is made from the strangest of geometry and symbols and shapes, and it radiates cold. And for some people, they say they feel a hatred inside of it. Where I do not feel this hatred, and neither does Pinesta. So I feel it is only felt by those who do not.
Oh, I feel it. Finesta feels it.
Oh, you do feel. I'm sorry.
Yep.
It was me. It was me, Rush.
Oh, that's right. That's right. One of my fellow Viking companions also didn't feel it, and it seems that those of us who walk the middle road, from what we can tell, don't feel its ire.
Yes. Well,
I was wondering if you'd seen anything like this or heard of anything like this,
oh,
or if you know who would.
this could be as old as the. He kind of looks around. The snake man.
Well, I look around too, and I go, the place which it was found was a very old place.
Yes, this seems to violate many of the laws of nature in a way that it wishes to control them. I could look up and do some research for you. The library is public, but of course, we work off donations.
Of course.
Are
I
you looking to sell it? Because we are always in search of artifacts, possibly.
depending on what it is, I'll tell you this: depending on what it is, and what its use is, I'm quite sure. I'm fairly sure that I have no use for it. I may know somebody who might, but I don't know. But if neither me or my companions have a use for it, then I shall bring it. I shall strike a deal with you that will be beneficial to both you and me, provided that. Let's just say I tried to take it somewhere before I came here, and I have a feeling they were being less than honest with me. You give me your honest opinion as to what it is, and I will make it worth both of our whiles.
Well, of course, we are always honest here. I don't know who would be dishonest.
No. Like I said, it wasn't here; it was somewhere else. But that's why we came here. Because
I'm not a shop. I would just maybe serve as a middleman. I think that the Zatrip loves strange, bizarre things, and he would certainly offer, many hundreds, if not thousands, of gold for such a thing.
Well, that's what. Then it sounds like you may be the man I'm looking for. Then.
Mm-hmm.
So how long do you need?
2 days.
I look over at Pinesta, and I just kind of lean over to whisper in her ear, and I say, "Do you think it's safe to leave it with them?"
With these men? Probably. These men, yes. And I wouldn't give it to the satrap directly. He's an idiot. I met him. I can guarantee you he's not trustworthy.
I chuckle. I chuckle a little bit as she whispers back, and I look over at the man, and I say, the lady trusts you, and so 2 days it shall be.
Okay, he takes it, and brings it kind of into the back room.
Okay.
And he says, I'll need to call forth some magicians to look at it and interpret. So I will get right to it.
Of course.
And he calls for like a page to come over. Like a
I will be staying at the Saturn.
Well, I should say that just to keep in mind that if you decide to not sell, then it would be. I'm going to be spending gold in order to get information here, so I will need to be reimbursed.
How much do you think it would take?
I mean, I'll have to talk to the magicians. I couldn't imagine more than a few hundred gold.
A few hundred. Well, you just said that it might only be worth a few hundred.
Well, I said several hundred and possibly thousands. A few would be like 3 to 5. Several is like 4 to 7 or possibly even more.
Okay.
Right.
So how about we do the research
Mm-hmm.
and let's find out the value, and then we will talk the rest.
Well, of course.
But I tell
Just
you,
find-
as a priest of Yunde, I will not double cross you.
Okay, sure. I mean, as per law of Xambaala, if you do not pay, then I will keep the object. So I'm fine.
I understand. We will reach there will be agreements that we will reach that will be mutually beneficial to everyone.
Sounds good. And he takes it, yeah, and he puts it in the back.
Cool.
He gives you a receipt.
Ah, cool deal. All right, so
You had a receipt.
I put the receipt in and I reach over and I clap I kind of clap Pinesta on the shoulder and I say, "Well, it's time for drinks."
Definitely time for drinks.
All right. All right, so time for drinks. Since I don't know the exact amount of gold you have, we're just going to do percentages like we usually do for the thing, and you can we'll interpret that later. I won't consider the staff as part of anything until you decide what you want to do with it.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what it is in the XP wrap up, because by then they will have told you. So you'll know before next session, so we don't have to worry about that. Did anybody else want to do anything else before we go into our drinking phase? Well, I mean, some of us have been drinking. I'm not looking to rush. I have this bottle of mead that I keep forgetting to drink. All right, so, a couple of things, because you would have. Actually, I'll just tell you the thing.
Eat my. Sorry, hold on.
So, just of the things that you found, because you might know something else. Okay, so no, you haven't tried that yet. Okay, not that one. Okay, so nothing else. You found the skull dagger. You found the thing. Okay, so we're just going to do percentages. Like I said, I'm not going to worry about the actual gold right now. All right, let's get ready to rumble. Drunken debauchery. Let's see if Uhtred can once again spend 100% of his money. That's after the sword, of course.
What do you need?
Yeah. All right, let's see. We want to go. Who wants to go first? We'll. I'm just going to go in order here. That way it's easier for me. Euphoria. Roll me a d6.
Okay. 1.
1. Okay, and then roll another d6.
6.
Okay, so you will spend 60% of your treasure from this thing, but you do not do anything for the extra chart, unfortunately. Brighild.
D6.
Yep, d6.
That is a 6.
6, yes. All right, roll a d6.
That is a 1.
1. So 50% of your money is spent, but you do get to roll on the chart.
All right.
Let's see. So roll a percentile die, please.
That is a 28.
28. Gambling. You gambled away your money. Oh, let's see what kind. Roll a d6.
5.
5. Oh, on an arm wrestling match. So either you were arm wrestling or you were gambling on an arm wrestling match, and that's how you lost your money. But you did not get arrested or anything.
But it's still just 50%.
Yeah, it's still 50%.
All right.
Panesta.
All right, D6.
Yep.
6.
6. Oh, same thing. So roll a d6.
Okay. 2.
2. So 60% of your money you spent.
Lily.
And of course, the things you bought before this, like the swords, you can subtract that first before you do this, clearly.
Right, and the training.
Yeah. Right, the trading you spent.
Yeah.
Smart. All right, but you get to roll in the percentile. Let's see what you wake up next to you.
Right. Oh, I swear. 57.
57. Oh, no. You spent your money on drink companionship and trinkets for your new friends. So random people that you got drunk with, you just spent all your money on.
All right, that's
When-
fine.
Yeah,
That's
that's fine.
good.
Just, you were the talk of the town, but yeah, you don't wake up next to a strange snake man or anything. Uhtred.
You woke up in the middle of me and Oltan.
Exactly.
You
Uhtred.
know?
Yikes!
We're the newest friends.
Apparently,
That's true.
Yep. Why not?
sleep well and dream of large women.
Well, Uhtred, he's been with the party the whole time, and he's roll a d6 for me, Kevin, please.
I rolled a 4.
Oh, 4. Okay, so that is now roll a second d6. 5. Okay, so 50%, and you don't have to roll on the chart. That's not too bad. And roll 10. Let's come in with a good one.
Let's see what you wake up with.
You're muted. You're muted.
Sorry. So what I said was first night of carousing after my first ever adventure, and I'm like, dude, are you serious? I rolled a 6 too.
Nice. All right, and then roll another 6. D6.
I rolled a 5.
All right, so you spend 90% of the money that you.
Oh,
Good thing we're factoring the staff in after.
Yeah. Fuck.
Now roll on the D100 table. Let's see what happens.
Oh boy. Shit, where's my D10? Okay. Where the hell is my... Okay. Sorry, I'm using my new Cthulhu Elder dice, and there's a whole bunch of D6s in here. I bought an extra tube. Dude. I got a 99.
99. So you get to roll twice and apply both results.
Oh, jeez.
All right, fuck this carousing.
Wake up with 2 snake men. Come on.
All right, so the first one is a 60.
60. Oh, my friend, you bought a bunch of drinks for people. You got into some new friends. Yep.
Okay, and the other one is a 97.
You rolled twice. So roll 2 more times. Holy crap.
He's living the life, man.
What's going on with you?
50 even.
50. Okay. I swear you made a foolish pledge loudly and in public to do something hazardous. Oh, roll a d6.
Oh God. A 6. Of course.
6.
6. I'm probably gonna die.
Okay, so you steal a valuable from an important local.
Oh my
Roll on dangerous liaison to determine who. Okay, so where's dangerous liaison? Dangerous liaison.
My first night, I'm gonna end up in prison in a dungeon for the rest of my life.
Okay, so roll another d6.
You're going to lose a hand.
5.
5. Important local leader noble. So you know who that is. Looks like you're going to see the Sartre. We'll figure that out. You pledged to steal something.
Wait a minute. I'm going to see the satrap.
No, you're going to go steal from him.
Oh, okay.
You pledged that you were going to steal something from him. We'll
Because
figure
you
out.
remember my rumor.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's why that came up.
Yes. All right.
We'll figure that out. But yep,
Okay, so then I have to do one more, right?
one more. Yep.
God damn it. A 90.
90 is only okay. That's good.
Okay.
Where'd you come from? You awoke next to an object in your possession. You have no idea how you obtained it. Roll a d6.
Oh wow. Maybe this one leads into the last one.
Yeah.
A 4.
4. It's a map. Roll another d6.
A 5.
Okay. Do you know this? Hold on. No, it says you don't know where it came from. Okay, so I know where it came from, but you don't. Okay, so. Okay, so you went out partying with some new friends.
Apparently, really good too.
Made a very, very loud and public pledge that you would steal something from which I'll figure out what it is. We'll have to guess. We'll have to accomplish something from the session. So, and then woke up with a massive hangover and somehow a map, and you are not sure where it came from.
Do I at least know what it is a map of?
I will let you know because obviously I don't have it now because we just
Okay. Okay,
so I
I
must
didn't.
figure that out. This is work for Daniel.
I know. I didn't know if it was something you're like. Oh yeah, this will be perfect for this. I didn't know if you already had it.
No. I mean, I'll have to look. I mean, maybe I'll look through what I have and I'll figure out. I mean, it could be related to the other thing, which would make sense.
Oh
That's
god.
what I'll figure out. So yeah, you have made a very public statement that you're going to do this, and which could go a lot of different ways because once you've done it, it could get back to the. So yeah, so we'll see what happens there. I love debauchery.
Yikes. That'll be the last time we do that.
Don't roll high. Yeah. So So if there's nothing else, that's pretty good. We are basically in. That was Star. So you guys are waking up in Sky. I don't think anybody even got hurt, did you? So you don't need to heal.
Took 1 hit, 1 damage.
Yeah, which you can definitely heal overnight.
Brick Hill
So-
got hurt, but I took care of that in a hurry.
That's right, because now you got a healer, so it's going to be a lot easier to do that. Okay, yeah. So we'll start Sky. So you've got still almost about a week or so before that that caravan leaves, if you choose to do that, and if you don't choose to do it, then we'll see what Aramis thinks about that.